Is it okay? Are we even live here?
Oh my gosh, can y'all even hear us?
We even got anybody in the studio listening to us?
Your two favorite white boys coming back at it once again.
I hope you can hear us. We've had a mountain of technical difficulties trying to set up.
You would not believe the last 9 minutes that we've had.
I think people, I think like YouTube and OBS changed how you're supposed to do this. I hope you can hear us.
I think Hamas switched up. I think Hamas got into YouTube headquarters and did this to us.
Let me, I'm gonna check our own live stream real quick.
Amazing. Well, hopefully it's working. We got to give the shout out to John Thunos with the first $5 for PCRF. Oh my God, we're already going crazy with the fundraiser. Get those Hamas donations rolling. Okay, that's what I'm saying. It's for the children. It's for PCRF.
I should say, to start us off here, we do in the corner right here. You should be able to see we have a counter. Now we just got that's $25.
Yes.
So we are at $125. The first 100 is from us.
So kind, I know.
It's the money that we're going to be putting in. So I'm going to update this number here.
Now kiss. Oh my gosh.
And we'll try to keep a running tally as we go throughout this this live stream. But thank you all for being here.
Yes.
I hope we don't run into any technical difficulties as we do this. But yes, this live stream, we'll be using the attention that we get on the presidential election to fundraise for PCRF. That's Palestine Children's Relief Fund.
A great cause, if you ask me.
And I think we're going to direct the money specifically towards their mental health initiative because they've been doing stuff, I think, since like 2014, which is the last like major conflict in the region. Yeah. They've been doing stuff for kids' mental health because obviously this stuff is traumatizing, especially for children that are growing up in this environment. So it's for a good cause. Hopefully we can use the publicity from this to raise a lot of money for it.
Mm-hmm. And
Another
$10 with the Hamas condemnation. That's what we need out of you guys tonight. That's the kind of energy. And Ian Harris, I will say, I got this off an Instagram brand called Delinquents Truly, but I would also like to direct you to another wonderful brand that has their own merch going that launched yesterday. And oh my God, Alexia Minacci.
You're too good.
And the Heretic.
You're too good. How much is that? Quick, do the math. 150.
Did you get the 10? Did you get the 10 plus the 19? Plus
that's 170 people.
And then that'd be 135. 35.
Yeah, 170. You guys, listen.
Come on, guys.
If our listeners like to do anything, it's see number go up.
Exactly.
Our listeners love seeing number go up.
Especially money number. And while we're on the topic of money number and the brands and doing things, I got the new Hito hat on. Green like money. Green like money. And that's all you need to know right there. You know what I'm saying? Go to headintheoffice.com to pick it up. And also, if you... Megan with the $10 condemning Hamas. That's what I'm saying.
We really should have set up like an automatic counter thing because I feel like we're going to lose track of this very quick. Maybe
you're not wrong.
Maybe one of you, how much was that? Another 10? You guys, you're just too generous. You're too generous. You might have to be stopped.
I'm saying. Hello, Hito Heads. Hello, everybody. Shout out to everybody who's come into one of our live streams for the first time. It's been a while since Aiden Taylor, brother.
Holy moly.
Get your hit on Virgin Condemn Hamas. Thank you so much for the $100. Remember, all of the money that we receive through donations tonight and through any means, Alexi Venanti with
Jesus. Bro, we can't stop him. We can't stop him.
Oh, my God. That's $125. Plus another $50. That's $175. Guys, this is all right. Okay. Let's keep it coming, people. I feel like an announcer. This is amazing. It's like we're at an auction.
Is there a way that we can see somewhere else so I don't have to keep adding?
Like a running total or something?
Yeah.
I don't know. Plus $69. Oh, my goodness, from Distractions R. Try adding this one, money boy.
All right, hold on.
They're giving us commands.
There's got to be a way. Oh, there is,
Giving us
but
commands.
it's the little widget here is being blocked because it's saying we have a stream health error.
I think Streamlabs has an auto counter for the next stream. Too bad we're
Next
on OBS.
stream.
Too
Next
bad we're on
stream.
OBS. This is ridiculous.
I hope our boys Donovan and Dylan are here. And I hope I set up the moderation thing right because I think I have to do it each time.
I
So
think I saw Donovan.
okay, we're good then.
Money boy, that's crazy. Money, green like money. Come on, guys, keep it coming, keep it flowing.
I will be honest. YouTube's telling me there's an error. I don't know what it wants me to do. I'll be honest with
Is everything sounding good on y'all's end? Liz Levine.
you. Yeah, see, I'm trying to. I promise I'm trying to keep
Let's
up.
go. Let's go.
I promise I'm trying to keep up.
Yeah,
with
come
the
on,
money.
money boy. Oh, plus another $10. That's $30. Thank you, Avery Smith.
I simply won't be able to add all of that right now.
We'll figure it out too. Maybe there'll be rough estimates. Plus $4.20.
You know what? While YouTube live stream thing is messing up, let me take a bite of my sandwich.
We love nourishing our bodies here in the office. You know what I mean? You gotta. Did you eat today? You know what I mean? Where my hug at? Did you eat today?
Eating right now.
Exactly. That's what I'm saying. Plus another $10 from Autumn, condemning Hamas while doing time theft. That's the best kind of theft. You know what I'm saying? The number one form of theft in America is the opposite of time theft, wage theft.
Perfect audio, perfect video. See, I appreciate that, but
Amazing.
YouTube says otherwise.
Plus another 10, plus another 20, plus another 5. That's 35. Oh my God, make number go up. Nut mode. Thank you. Thank you so much, Colton. Condemning Hamas and the IOF. Yeah, so it's a little slip right there.
Okay, 403 is the number. You guys are ridiculous.
Plus another $3, plus another 10. That's good. This
so
is all
that
the money
means
I have. Any number counts.
Guys, hold on. Just wait, guys. All right.
As the number one geopolitical podcast, would you cover the problems going on in Sudan and Congo as those are the other two big people? As those are the other big two people are talking about. I'm not very educated on those things. I can be if I like as they become more of a problem. It seems like more people are talking about those. Not to like be a guy that just hops on news that people are talking about.
Wait
but
a
you
minute.
can't know everything. You know
20
what I mean?
euros. You want me to convert into USD right now? Okay.
That's wicked. Hold on.
One thing about Gage and I, you get us yapping, we will get distracted.
I'm saying. I'm saying.
So let me
Oh my God, Brendan! First time cheddar.
let me go get a
Love
napkin
you
so I can
guys.
eat my freaking sandwich, and then we'll do the bingo card.
Exactly. Yeah, while he's gone, we could start brainstorming for the bingo card. What are we thinking is going to happen? Come on, people. Wednesday Warriors rise up. Yeah, you guys count too. On the Hiddo live stream, we're all equal. We're all watching at the same time. How you expect me to convert Canadian? That's crazy. What a wonderful turnout, everybody. I'm honestly already surprised by what's going on. This is outstanding. I'm elated, if you would say. Canadian dollars. Damn near not going to take those. You know what I mean? Illegal. Donald Trump is going to win the debate. Donald Trump 2024. Make the fucking Shadowlands great again, brother. Make the lands between great again. Mm-hmm. Make their pounds. You guys like fucking beans on everything. I don't know. $20, I'm crying. See, here's 10 freedom dollars from Prophecy. Do we have a bingo card ready for tonight? We are watching two old people shout.
Yes. We're gonna make it together.
We don't have the bingo card ready, but in Hiddo debate fashion, we're gonna congregate together like a democracy and actually have viewer input. The Ozaru Vegeta in the back is so sick. Oh, you can see that? That's actually dope as hell. It is sick. Thank you. Are we getting bingo card? I got my whiskey ready. Is the audio peaking for you guys, or is it just my headset?
Just you, bro.
Some Hiddo behind the scenes. Sometimes we have technical issues.
We're about to get it ready. Yeah, technical issues. That's the Hiddo way.
We're a ragtag leftist operation here.
In our audio mixer, there's something happened to it. This is a $700 piece of equipment, so thank you to our patrons for making it possible.
This was the first thing we bought.
Yeah.
We saved up all our Patreon money for like months.
There's this thing about the audio jack where we can't put it in all the way on one of them.
Yeah.
We just have to have it sticking out a little bit.
Fix that while we're here talking about it.
And so technical difficulties are just a part of the podcast.
Abundant. Oh, there we go. It's perfect now. Cabinet juice. My bank thinks. Oh no, I can't see.
Oh, my bad.
My bank thinks Patreon is fraud. Ridiculous.
It is.
So you're
and we're doing
being
it.
a Wednesday weenie the same way you condemn Hamas. Damn. Y'all's audio sounds good. Audio is great. Oh my gosh, I'd love to hear it.
Audio is fantastic even.
I'd love to hear. I promise I will finally give y'all a review on Apple Podcasts after listening to y'all for over 2 years. We got a Hiddo head over here. Oh my gosh.
667. We're up to 667.
That's
or actually,
crazy.
hold on.
What is it? Kate,
667.
brother, this is ridiculous.
Could have been 666, and then we could have kept it there.
Oh my gosh, the number of the beast.
All right. Is it time?
I think it's Alexi Benanti's got us on her massive curved monitor and her standing desk at work, so I think it's time. 200
concurrent viewers already.
Amazing.
Make sure to share the stream with your friends. Make sure to like. Donate to PCRF if you can. That would actually be very wonderful.
Yes. Every dollar counts. It's all going to them.
We'll be covering the debate. Doesn't start until 9 o'clock if you are not in the Hiddo community. So we've got a little while here, but we're going to use that time, I think, in a good way.
To make a bingo card.
And here we are. And you guys can see, you're actually on screen this time. We got Chad on screen.
Oh my gosh, isn't that crazy?
I'm figuring stuff out just along with you guys.
We got to shout out the Heretics. 200 viewers? Are we getting that Hiddo Elden Ring stream yet? If this is mid as hell, next time. Next time. This is my condemnation from Hamas. Love from PA. Have y'all played Shadow of the Erdtree? We actually have both beat Rolana.
That's right.
That's where we are. We've beat Rolana and Divine Beast Dancing Dragon. Divine Beast Dancing Dragon gave me one hell of a time, but Rolana was actually fun. I really liked that. 1632. Come on, money boy.
Glad to support the cause. Huge fan of your podcast. I'm a huge fan of you. But look, we got the bingo card up here.
We do. Guys, come on.
We got it up here.
We got to start brainstorming.
I'm gonna make a rule. Look, we've gone we've had an easy time with the bingos last time.
I think so too.
At the GOP primary debates, at the DeSantis debate. Brian Jackson, thank you for the 2.
Yeah, it will if it's
stream
too
to turn
bad.
to Elden Ring stream, maybe.
I've got some takes. Maybe. I've been watching lore videos.
But look. We had a really easy time with our bingo cards last time, and I think that might be because we weren't specific enough. So I'm going to say this time we need to make it so we're going for moments and not just like general topics. Because if we put like abortion on the bingo card, then like obviously that's coming up.
We know they're going to.
That's an easy spot. But if we put something specific, like Trump calls Joe a crackhead or something like that, then that's a moment that we feel like we can earn. You know,
precisely.
It's like going big sword strength build.
We want a big sword strength build. No summons, no magic. That's what we're all about on this podcast. Cheers, boys! I condemn Hamas with the 279 Canadian. Out here condemning Hamas.
Lo and behold, start dropping your predictions, and we'll put them on the bingo card.
Trump says Biden's hopped up on meds. I think so. Grace Montgomery, $5. This is my condemnation of hummus. I hate chickpeas. Love from the hellhole that is Central Ohio. Go Buckeyes. Let's go. You know what? I hope that JD Vance is his VP pick just for you. Gage, have you been keeping up with the JJK manga? We both have. I'm so mad it's still on break. But Gege can get his rest. You know what I mean? It's gas. I think Trump has to say words in his cadence.
All right. Biden trips. That's the first one.
Biden trips to get Asuro with $100. You guys infected me with a woke mind virus and made me a leftist/communist. And that's what it's all about, folks. It's all about getting my grubby little mitts all over your malleable brains and putting the folds in myself. You know what I mean?
So we got Trump yells through Biden's mic.
Oh, see, that's the one that I'm personally hoping for. Do you guys think we're going to get something like old school, like what happened to Tomboys? Or is that too out of the conversation?
That feels like the kind of transphobia that Trump would levy.
That's what I think.
You know what I mean?
Because it's like he doesn't really care that much. But
so we are now at
$804.14. Thank you, Chrissy Beck. That's crazy already. I was thinking maybe we'd crack 1,000, and I was going to be happy.
Yeah, 1,000. We're about to hit 1,000 in like what, 15 minutes?
Exactly. Like
you guys are crazy.
I regret underestimating the Hiddo community.
You guys are absolutely crazy.
Trump calls Biden a radical leftist. That's damn near too easy.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like, we're going to get that stuff. I want to be more specific and try to capture moments we'll get in this debate.
Love you too, Strudel. See,
and then it'll be more impressive then if us and the Hiddo community are able to get a bingo.
Exactly. The word woke is used. Honestly, there was one of the Republican primary debates. They did not say woke, I'm pretty sure.
Mm-hmm.
We had it as a free space, or maybe they said it once.
We had it, the woke space, and we barely got that. And Ron DeSantis is the woke guy, you know?
That's what I'm saying, bro.
Sleepy Joe.
COVID gets brought
Biden and Trump agree on immigration? Absolutely.
Hell yeah.
They won't frame it as agreement, but it's going to basically be... I can't believe this is happening. All day, I felt like it's kind of surreal.
That's what I'm saying. Just like this donation from Matthew, $9.99. Oh, my gosh. Trump brings up Hannibal Lecter. I don't know about that one, gang.
He's been doing that lately, but I think that's... Yeah, it's like a stump speech thing, I think.
He's getting out there doing the little...
With the $10, Matthew, you are... a beautiful person. Everyone that's donated so far.
Biden says Jack 8 times. Are you going to keep track, though? Who's going to keep track of that one, Jack? I think Trump creates a new nickname for Biden tonight. I think that one's kind of gas, actually.
New nickname?
You think he's going to levy a new name?
He hard drops it here?
He's hard launching a new Biden name? That's actually sick. Oh my God, Courtney Chever, fuck man, Chevria. Guys, it was a long day at work today. Husband and I watching Dinner and a Show. That's
Dinner
what
and a
I'm
Show
saying.
is so funny. I was thinking about this. Let me finish chewing.
Okay, yeah, it's gonna Veronica,
Holy shit.
aka V from Patreon, maybe. My fiance is watching and said, "Make it rain." Oh my goodness,
Your fiance is a good person.
That's what I'm saying.
I was thinking earlier. It's like we're not huge. I'm humble about it.
Exactly.
But we have a crazy dedicated fan base, and I'm very
think
grateful
so as
for
well.
it.
You guys are pretty chill. Veronica, amazing. That's what I'm saying.
All right, so we are now at $1,024.
That's actually insane. Oh my
Within
God.
15 minutes. You guys are testing my ability to keep up with it.
Biden says Bibi is a great leader like Zelensky. I think you're cooking with that one.
Diabolical.
You're cooking with that one. Do we think that's like, there's got to be a good balance of like specific enough to maybe happen, or like, there's got to be a good balance of specificity and likely to happen. You know what I mean? Mm-hmm. The most interesting thing that could happen tonight is Trump or Biden having their glitch McConnell moment. That'd be so sick. Alexi Venati with $20 again.
Alexi, you've been going crazy.
Condemn Hamas for life. And that's what I'm saying.
So we're at 1,044
An
now.
oncology nurse. That's crazy. Shout out your fiance. Biden calls Trump a felon. He has to. Right? I think that's a reasonable bingo slot.
Money, the dollar sign was going off the screen for a second. That's how crazy you guys are.
Goodness gracious, people.
We're getting errors like every minute.
Oh my god.
On the stream. I don't know. If you guys say it's fine, then I'm gonna say it's fine.
Okay, word. Yeah, we love Veronica's fiance. That's the Hiddo community's fiance right there.
We've never had poor streaming quality before, so I don't know what's going on.
I don't know. I think, is the quality good, y'all?
It just says poor stream status. And if you guys can hear us, then I think it's fine.
Yeah, exactly.
Anyways, let's get back to the bingo card.
Got into law school finally. Dude, hell yeah. That's so sick, actually. Congratulations.
Accidentally agree on Israel. I think agree on Israel is also
That's a good one. Or would they both praise Bibi?
I don't think Biden will praise Bibi.
You think? Okay, word.
Because I think Biden he'll do everything but praise Bibi,
Yeah.
Trump will say, like, I'm a forever ally of Israel, basically. And then you'll get the Twitter Nazis angry at both of them.
Uh-huh. You think there's any chance Trump walks out? None. I don't think there's a chance.
No, and people were saying Trump doesn't show up. No chance. His ego couldn't handle that.
Stream looks great. Oh, my God. Thank you.
His stream look, I don't know. YouTube's tripping, I guess. It's mainstream media trying to take us down.
Exactly. They know that the Hiddo community is coming out in full force for this one.
And they're not like us.
They see number go up. And they say, is it going to go up anymore?
They see number go up and they're threatened.
Exactly. Yeah, Hiddo's resident lawyer. I'm going to have Alexi Venati on retainer.
We got to hire legal counsel, yeah.
Yeah, you guys don't know. We've been in legal trouble in the background. It's been a long
convicted
and
felon.
process.
Yes, that's a good point, Zen. I've been thinking he's got to say convicted felon.
I think it has to be convicted felon, not just felon. Oh, but do we get a Biden crime family? Oh my gosh, Jamie James 98. Hunter Biden mentioned by Trump. I think so.
Yeah,
he's got to be. It's got to be a retort to a convicted felon line from Joe Biden, or honestly, the moderate 1999 from Julian Badlands audio. Watching this at work got my priorities straight. That's what I'm saying, brother. Put a spot for Trump shitting on unions. That's true.
Watching this at work, we'd love to see that. Hey, time theft. It's a good thing.
That's what I'm saying. Gosh, what else is it? I feel like there's a good chance the moderators might bring up the felon thing, don't you?
Mm-hmm.
Or you think they've been colluding?
They gotta ask. If they don't ask, that's like journalistic malpractice at that point.
Borderline.
Philip Horseman, thank you so much.
Golly.
All money.
Followed directly by Brandon Kim, $5. One of the bingos is y'all get DMCA.
I would be pissed if CNN, no, because so many people are streaming it. If CNN took us down, lowly streamers with currently 200 concurrent viewers, 237,
absurd.
I'd be pissed. I'd be pissed.
As soon as Biden says convicted felon, Trump says Hunter Biden, I wouldn't be surprised. And maybe their mics will get muted. See, a great scenario for me is both of their mics get muted and you can just see them yelling at each other, but you can't hear it. Mm-hmm. That would be really cool. I've taken the LSAT 5 times with the Hiddo Boys.
Julian Assange mentioned, didn't Biden do something with Julian Assange? I didn't see that.
Oh,
I saw people talking
he's
about
free
it
now, isn't he?
Yeah.
I don't know if Biden had anything
Assange
to do with
heads
it.
voting for Biden now.
Glitch McConnell. Yeah, exactly.
Let me take another bite of my sandwich. Because look, I didn't get to eat.
Parasocially hang with y'all, and that's what I'm saying, guys. Don't think about this like a live stream, like you're watching content creators. Think about this like we're just 200 and something people just hanging out.
We're just a lecture hall worth of people.
Exactly.
And so what?
Hanging out. You know what I'm saying? It's like a club, you know? Trump reveals the VP pick tonight.
Trump has already said he's going to do it at the convention.
That's so corny, man.
Yeah.
I'm geeked for the convention.
I would be hyped. If he said, like, on stage it's Doug Burgum and then it's just silence. Because, like, who cares?
Chips Man, you didn't enter the chat. Let's go.
If we can get this done in a timely manner, we can also watch CNN's, like, debate preparation video. They dropped, like, a demonstration for the muting of the mics.
Oh, no, Murder in a Trench Coat. Your chat is showing on screen. Maybe a couple chats weren't, but I'm seeing that one.
Hit on movie night. Kind of.
Precisely?
Jan 6 mention.
Yeah.
Because if they didn't bring up January 6th, that would be so stupid of them.
That's true.
That's got
true.
to.
No, Kate, it's non-parasocial.
Mm-hmm.
Honestly, Kate's the most parasocial person here I know. I've never seen her.
Trump and Biden get a timeout.
Trump and Biden get a timeout? I wonder if... He's going to mention the laptop. Me personally, I forgot about the laptop. That's it.
Well, because they suppressed the story.
Oh, the Biden laptop. Exactly.
The laptop from hell.
Mics get muted at a terrible time. Foggy gumdrop. Calling each other anti-Semitic. I could see it. Mm-hmm. You think I could see Joe Biden saying something along those lines and Trump being like, "No, actually, you're withholding weapons when they need them the most." Trump says something about China.
Oh, I do have one prediction.
Yeah.
Trump is he's gonna get like silenced at one point, and then he's gonna say, "I never agreed to this. I never agreed to that rule."
That's true. Hunter Biden laptop. Yeah, we got to put a Hunter Biden laptop on there.
Yep, I got it.
And then they show pics.
Yeah, if you guys look up on the screen behind you.
It's like when they opened the GOP primaries with the Oliver Anthony video.
Uh-huh.
It's just schlong too long. Right there behind screen. Trump says he will jail Hillary. What is this? Memphis, $5.
You guys are cooking.
Timeout has to be on bingo card. They're two angry old men. Do we not have timeout yet?
Like other than the regularly scheduled break?
Yeah, like they get their mics muted.
All right. My call for timeout.
No. Like Trump and Biden both get their mics muted, I think. Maybe not sequentially, but I think this is a two-parter right here.
Okay, I understand. Yep. So like no matter how it happens.
Jared Kushner mentioned his gas actually. Jared Kushner mentioned his gas. Just like this Daniel stock donation, $10 condemnation of Hamas. Right here, folks, the gold standard, a super chat with all the proceeds going to PCRF, also condemning Hamas.
The Kushner mentions for us.
Kushner mention is good.
Kushner mention, that dude sucks so bad.
Event requiring medical attention. Oh, the Biden trips.
We got Biden trips, but let's just say medical intervention.
Medical intervention. One or both become visibly sweaty. I'm wondering if we'll get a moment like the Pence debate where a fly just lands on one of their heads. I have a feeling no mics are actually going to be muted. I'm interested to see how liberal they'll be with it.
Well, I will watch the demonstration video in a minute, but it seems like they're going to be muted the whole time when they're not allowed to talk, like when it's the other guy's turn.
Man, that's so corny, man.
But I don't know, because like they're sharing the same stage, unless they have like the most precise mics of all time, it's going to get picked up, you know what I mean?
Bright lights make one of them pass out. Biden comes back from a commercial break with a change of pants. That could happen. Unplanned emergency commercial break.
Say yes to Wes, says no to Hamas. Thank you so much, Wes.
Oh, my goodness. Amazing with the $20. And then another $20 from Casey Curran. Guys, I'm really bad at reading. This is hard for me. Happy to help, boys. This is how I'll let my tax guy know I condemn Hamas. And how else would you? What better way to let him know?
All right, bad news, guys.
Bad news?
YouTube just says 1K now and has stopped like giving me a precise number.
Maybe it'll update by the hundreds. No, because I feel like we've passed 1.1. We're out here suffering from success right now.
Uh-huh.
Oh my God, another one. Colleen Cuts with the $50, with the 50 big ones, the 50 smooth ones, macaroons.
So, Christy Beck, you said you were keeping track.
I want to hear Trump.
Okay, it is doing by.
You have
it is doing by
a better
ones.
peer, bigger and stronger. A better peer would be good. How you think? I don't know if he'd shit on the peer though. I don't know. I want him to, but I don't know if he will.
you're right. It's doing it by like 0.1, 0.2.
That makes sense. Okay. We'll post the final tally at the end as well as the receipt with the we actually donated the money.
Okay.
Oh my God, 690. 690. Hell yeah. Riley Group, nice.
Goes crazy. Trump, drug test. We got to put drug test on here.
Trump insists on coming out to entrance music. See, I was thinking about that on my way here. Unironically, I was thinking, I wonder what song they each would walk out to if they could. You know, like it's the finals at Olympic trials or some shit. Would you like me to keep count? That would be amazing, Kate.
If you can. If you can't, then we have like a rough estimate inside of YouTube's like channel screen, but
Democrat DOJ / left-wing judges. I think a left-wing judges could work. Finger pointing over the Afghanistan pullout? I could see it.
You think we'd go back to 2021 with that?
I think Trump was on that for a while, but would he stay on it?
The easy retort from Biden there is like he said that troops that get captured are losers or whatever.
True. Oh, you know what? I feel like that one might be good to put on the bingo card. Biden says something about Trump that implies he's anti-veteran. Oh my goodness, Landon Pruser. Canadian $14. Can't wait for the debate to start. That's what I'm saying. This better be good.
Bro said, I'm tired of the pre-show. Fucking keep it pushing, guys.
Yeah, what the fuck? Personally, I've got a lot.
Moss said the debate. That's for those that don't know, that's a Rudy Giuliani tweet from 2020. I think it was an accident. He tweeted the debate.
Nice.
They mentioned how unpopular SCOTUS is. Moderation might, but I feel like Biden as a liberal isn't brave enough to go after SCOTUS, and SCOTUS is conservative, so Trump has no reason to. A third of SCOTUS is Trump's appointments.
This is true. This is true. Did any SCOTUS decisions come out today?
There was one on the Idaho abortion case that we talked about a while ago. They said it was a very narrow ruling.
Really?
It was basically, I think it was about standing. It was 6-3. You can imagine who the three are.
Yeah.
And they basically said that they weren't going to prohibit it. They weren't going to allow Idaho to prohibit emergency abortions, because that was what the point of the case was.
Wow, I love the court, man. I love the court. Trump tells Biden to take a cognitive ability test.
Zach Attack 13. Trump says that actually everyone wanted him to get rid of Roe.
Oh,
that's a banger.
Absolutely cooking with that one. Just like Shay with another $20. Trump bashes Obama as if it's relevant.
yeah, that's actually great.
Clarence 3 times. Yeah, it's actually an 8-3 dissent. Clarence wrote 3 different opinions.
Clarence Thomas runs on stage with a steel chair.
Purdue pharmacy ruling came out and is holding the family who ran it accountable. Gas. Trump mispronounces Laken Riley and nobody cares. Also, thank you for the $10.
Yeah, didn't he call her Lincoln?
Did he actually?
I think so. I think they both did, actually. Old men.
I feel like Biden would be crucified for that. That's insane. Project 2025. I don't think there would be a Project 2025 mention. I don't know if that's too like online of a thing. Oh my, $10 and $10 just flooding in. I feel like I'm at a high dollar strip club here and I'm putting on a show. That's what I'm saying. This is nuts. Trump paints Russia Putin in a good light. I can't chip with the $50. Brings up mentions Lauren Merchant and how she was a shift campaign consultant. He's been doing that a little bit, hasn't he?
What?
Lauren Merchant?
I don't know who that is.
I feel like I've been hearing that name like recently, and it's not one that I would have before. My God, that's Jared Kushner's music.
Clarence Thomas is on the same side for the Purdue ruling? That's crazy.
Huh.
Clarence Thomas with a good one? Broken clock and all that.
Interesting.
College protests?
College protests mention? Maybe.
We just got to 1.3. Kate.
Trump throws his hands in the air in outrage over being muted. I could see it. But is that...
We got the I never agreed to the rules. He's got to say that.
Biden says he's more pro-Israel than Trump?
Completely losing the youth vote.
I think we might be cooking with that one. I think we're using avocado oil here. Biden tells Trump, "Be quiet, Jack." ABC was pregame debate with 2 old white men talking about 2 old white men. I love it. I love the white menception. And now we got 2 white young men about to cover it. What's going on, bro? And a little bit of Asian.
Yeah, exactly. Don't discount that.
I gotta lean into it.
You think we get another shut up moment?
Maybe. New Zealand, $8.99. Odds on Trump bringing up mandating the 10 Commandments in classrooms. Also, I do condemn Hamas. Just got to get that in there. I could see moderators bringing that up. I don't think that's something Trump would bring up. Emily Anya 19, $9.99. It's Pride Month. Do we think we'll get a transing the kids comment or something along those lines? I'm personally hoping for a what happened to Tomboys. That one, they used to hammer that one home, and I feel like they forgot about it. I bet Trump is going to bring up Hunter Schlong for sure. Man, I wish. And then Joe Biden retorts with, what? What, Jack? You got hit with Schlong too long? Cock too
He's got good genetics.
he gets it from me, Jack.
yeah, he gets it from his father. Can't hate a fella for getting it from his father.
Let's go.
He's blessed, well endowed.
Hey, from West Virginia, help me.
Trump says Palestine doesn't exist. Not Biden says Palestine. That would be crazy.
What's the over-under on which one says illegal first? Now that's good. That's good.
Trump 60-40.
Trump 60-40. I can agree with those odds.
Yeah.
I can agree with those odds for sure.
Trump gets the youth vote if he's walk outside. Okay, so that means we're at 1.4.
Trump hits the stage with who the fuck played this little sorry-ass beat. Oh, my goodness. I never agreed to these terms. Thank you, Chrissy Beck. 1383.87 so far. Absolutely smashing my expectations.
We got to throw in here, Biden just like stops talking at some point.
Yeah. Colorado burning the pride flag. I feel like that one is a little bit too niche. Still insane. As we covered, still absolutely insane. But on a straight Pride Month reference? No. I don't even think we would get a men's mental health month like grift. I don't think Trump is very in tune with like men's rights grifters. You know what I mean? I think men's rights grifters love Trump, but Trump does not love them. I don't think he knows that they exist. Because I feel like I've never seen him do the straight pride thing. Has he?
Yeah.
Interesting. If the phrase "schlong too long" drops on air, we all have to empty our bank accounts. I'm saying. Trump says he's against the TikTok ban to try and win the youth vote. I could see that. I wonder if that would come up. Biden mentions his favorite ice cream flavor. He's just trying to relate to the American public, people.
So, guys, I'll be honest. I did forget to post the link on Patreon for the live stream. So I'm going to do that right now.
Damn.
Keep it coming, though.
Damn.
I am paying attention, I promise.
Guys, no patron left behind.
Yeah.
Alphabet people. Has he?
YouTube is literally spamming us with errors. And if we don't have an error, we don't have an error.
Exactly. Leftist operation wrought with technical difficulties.
Yeah.
1999 Caleb Roper just wanted to support the boys and bring awesomeness to the Fort Wayne Police Department's bring awareness, not awesome, guys, I can't read, and bring awareness to the Fort Wayne Police Department's execution of Lynn Selparm, who was shot and killed by FWP during a traffic stop. That is absolutely insane.
Yeah.
And very tragic. Fuck. Jesus. Hague Invasion Act mention? Nah, that's too niche. Rip the branded bingo card I made. I'm super joking. Trump says crooked 3 times. Woke or fake news? Oh. Trump compares himself to Homelander. Now that...
So Homelander? That would be so
we'd be
niche.
Cooking with that one.
That would be so niche.
Biden says something about black vote. Yeah, you know what? Do we throw in a Biden, like a Biden misstep when talking about black voters?
Yeah, Biden is subtly racist.
Yeah, exactly. A you ain't blackjack moment. You know what I'm saying? Skipping Love Island to watch you guys and support a great cause. Gracefully. Thank you so much. $50. That absolutely... Hats off to you. But hats on this one because it's green like money.
I don't know how much longer my little MacBook is going to survive these live streams. This thing is hot. It is hot.
We might have to do another stream just to fucking support gays who's illiterate. That's what I'm saying. It's an area on the audio.
Skipping Shadow of the Erd Tree for this. Wow.
That's what we're doing. Oh my gosh. Oh my God. That's why we had to throw the fundraiser in there. Make it worth it. Make it worth my time, not grinding out, trying to fight that final boss. You know what I mean? Golly.
Here we go. Big letters. Fent.
Fent. Oh, I love Fent.
Uh-huh.
Mike picks up Trump. $20.
Thank you, Sam. Oh,
Thank you,
goodness.
Sam. Hamas condemns me, but I love the Hiddo boys. Exactly.
I hope Hamas condemns me.
And I'm sure implicitly there's a Hamas condemnation in there as well. You know?
Get the ice pack. I'm saying this thing is like warm up front. It's crazy.
About to take off. Yeah, we need to go get the frozen peas from the freezer.
Yeah. Listen, guys, we're at $1,500 now.
Insane.
You guys are nutty.
How are you guys liking the expansion? I'm loving it so far. I'm taking my sweet ass time to explore every nook and cranny. I did not love the divine beast fight. I thought that was a little ridiculous, especially with a pure strength build. No summons, no magic, but it was okay. It was very cinematic. I loved the Renala fight, though.
Hamas and take that away. Take that back.
No.
Take that back.
I'm not accepting that $5. I'm issuing your refund right now. Call them as free boys. Oh, shit. Yeah.
No, he's saying that this is too easy.
Oh.
Should we put a harder one in the end column?
Trump bashes Obama. I feel like Trump bashes Obama. I feel like that's kind of niche.
And convicted felon's not a guarantee. I don't think Biden said that yet.
Really? Is the TikTok ban old news? I feel like it kind of is. Just because, like, people aren't really talking about it anymore, especially since there hasn't been updates in, 2 months? Or a month or two? Krishan Lala, 1999.
Maybe.
Hamas be condemning fund. That's right. For every dollar accumulated by the end of the stream is one one condemnation of Hamas. Every American dollar. Because I don't know anything about your funky, wrong currencies.
Y'all know shit about keyframes? Because
keyframes.
YouTube is just getting mad. They're saying use a time of 8 keyframes or no, 4 keyframe frequency of 4 seconds or less.
I know keyframes in animation. I don't know if that has to do with Amar Hassan, 199. Do you think Trump will bring up his Bible? Oh, I forgot about the Trump Bible. I don't think so. I feel like he just kind of does those things just to do them, and they never get brought up again. The trading cards never got brought up again. The only time
he's trying to make money.
The only time the sneakers got brought up is when Fox News hosts were racists and tried to say that black people love shoes. So I don't think he brings that back up again.
Yeah.
Biden brings up looking forward to the Olympics to try and relate to the American. That'd be good. Too bad, Canada. Get crowd laughs when they should not. There's no crowd. There's no live audience, right?
No live audience, yeah.
Damn near well, I don't know how I feel about it, actually.
Trump walks out in his sneakers. That would be so good. We got 3 spots left, people.
Hasn't chat, correct me if I'm wrong, hasn't Sexy Red been doing like a MAGA thing? Could you imagine?
For real?
I think so.
It's because she's friends with Drake.
I think so. I don't know. I feel like I heard that it could be hearsay. I could be lying. Just imagine if Trump walks out in his sneakers with Sexy Red in the background or Kodak in the background. Just, oh my God, absolutely drip to the socks.
Surely they don't get entrance music, right?
No, they don't, but it'd be so cool if they did. I really wish they did. That's the level of spectacle that these things are.
Yeah, it's theater.
Uh-huh. Trump talks about shark attacks. He could. Trump wearing his sneakers would be sick. That's what I'm saying. That's
We're
what
fighting
I'm
for the
saying.
soul of the nation, Jack.
Someone mentioning MAGA turning on Pence. I don't know. I feel like that's in line with like January 6th, but maybe niche. I don't know if has any actual Democrat talked about Project 2025 outside of the internet?
I'll put in Biden wants to ban hamburger.
Yeah, hell yeah. Weed mentioned? I don't know. I feel like weed is too popular for Trump to actually try and attack somebody on it. But he's a wild card. On one of these debate proctors, breaking the debate rules to let Trump continue a stream of consciousness. I wonder if maybe they'd be reluctant to mute him the first time.
Oh, Trump definitely is going to say no new wars.
No new wars. Yeah.
Put that in here.
Yeah, precisely. Biden has new Botox. Yeah, Biden gets another facelift. Record-breaking profits. Melania, 19,
all right, we got one spot
$10.
left, people, before it's
Return to the Pocket Constitution. What a moment.
No props on stage.
No props on stage, unfortunately. I forgot that was one, though. Really, the one prop that sticks in my mind is the Herschel Walker police badge. Mm-hmm. Because that was just too good. One of them makes a Kendrick and Drake reference. Biden walks out to, they're not like us. They not like us. They not like us. Ron DeSantis catches a stray. I wish. I saw MSNBC talk about it once. Oh, Project 2025. Yeah.
Trump wears a keffiyeh on stage. He's winning the youth vote. Trump says that you guys should block X, Y, and Z celebrity.
Exactly. Yeah, Trump he honestly uses all of his time to read out the celebrity block list. Mail-in ballots?
Come on, we need an analogous moment to stand back and stand by from 2020.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Because that was really one of Trump's biggest moments. Worst moments, of course, but...
Yeah, honestly, you know what? We're going for O. I think we should go big. I think we should go for the O. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
Uh-huh. Real ones know. Question about their age. Trump makes fun of Biden's wife.
Perfect. That's good. I'm putting that on there. That's the last one.
You think we're going to get she's not a doctor. She's not a real doctor. You remember that discourse? That was, oh my god.
Yeah, she isn't though. Like,
but
does she do medicine?
Irresponsible to call her a doctor. He says energy independent.
But we'll get that.
I think so too. Honestly, maybe not though. I don't know. I feel like he's just kind of been floundering for like the last year.
Mm-hmm.
He hasn't been hitting like the energy independent was very 2021. It was very like midterm election. You know what I mean?
Yeah. All right. Here's what we're gonna do. I'm gonna download this. Page 5. And we're gonna put it onto our Twitter and in the Discord, and you guys are gonna keep track for us during the debate.
You think these halls gonna let you disrespect Biden, Trumpy? I think that Iowa stop gonna be your last stop, Trump. Absolutely cooking right there. Absolutely cooking.
Trump, the electorate not dumb.
They not like us. She's a PhD in educational leadership. Yeah. We understand that she is a doctor of education. But there was a moment in discourse. I feel like it was right after the election where people on Fox News were like, "She's not a doctor. Why is she calling herself a doctor? That's misleading to the public."
All right, I'm going to drop this in our Discord. And
not a single thing on there about Israel is crazy. Do we not have?
No, we do. We have. I'm more pro-Israel.
Yes, we have.
We got it. Don't even worry.
From Biden specifically. Yeah.
And also, you guys made the bingo card.
This is true, guys. I'm holding you accountable right now. Also, look at number go up. All
right, I dropped the bingo card on Twitter and in the general chat.
Excellent.
Of our Discord, so you guys have it. You'll keep track. Now, to finish our preparation for this live stream, what we're gonna do is I'm gonna find the CNN video of them showing us how mic muting is going to work.
They made a video showcasing it.
Yeah,
that's kind of sick, actually.
See if
I'm kind of pro
it.
that.
Countdown to CNN's debate. Is it? I think it might be in here. Hold on, we're getting an ad.
No. We really ooga boonga that number. I'm saying we really big sorted that number. What can I say? Shout out literally all of you. My goodness.
You guys made it possible.
Gage, do you like your job?
Nah.
Do any of us? It's actually fine. Like, it's okay. I like it enough to not mind going to it every day.
What's the job anyway?
We should pay it a little bit more though. This job? I love this job. You know what I'm
Best
saying?
job.
Best job. Absolutely.
Where is this thing at? I saw it earlier. Oh, here we go.
All right.
Here we go. All right, you guys are going to have to tell me if you can see it. Because we haven't done anything with audio yet, so let's see.
Oh my God, JD,
video
debuting
here
always cook.
on Inside Politics. You're looking at the debate stage.
Any double audio? Good?
Vigor 60, strength 90, that number. That's what I'm saying. that's exactly what I'm talking about. Don't forget endurance, though.
Two straight white guys? That's right. And look, we don't do identity politics. I understand the demographic.
Exactly.
Yeah, well, you see it, but is the audio okay? I don't know
what I am.
We're just going to go. We're just going to go for it.
CNN's headquarters in Atlanta, where Joe Biden and Donald Trump will stand tomorrow night, just 8 feet apart. This is where the event
8 feet apart
may define this entire
absolutely enough
presidential
for
race
another
will
mic to
take
pick up
place.
Trump yelling.
There will be no audience. And here are the podiums. Biden will be on the right, Trump on the left, and Biden won a coin flip to pick which side he wanted.
Corny.
And this is where Dana Bash and Jake Tapper will sit as they moderate the 90-minute debate. And CNN's Jeff Zeleny is in Atlanta, of course, getting ready for the big night. So, Jeff, the stage, as you see there, literally set. It's almost go time.
I feel like CNN is going to try way too hard to throw Trump softball questions to dodge accusations of being too biased.
Yeah.
And it's just going to give Trump so many layups. 2 straight guys during Pride Month. Wow. I'm saying, guys, I'm sorry.
It's messed up.
I'm sorry. See, that's what's at stake this election. If we let Biden win, it's going to be illegal to be straight.
Straight man jumped in gay city.
Exactly.
For refusing to twerk. All right, let's keep going.
Set and a history-making one indeed, but the history books have little guidance for what we are going to see tomorrow evening. The 45th and 46th presidents of the United States making their case to the American voters and indeed a global audience for why they believe they deserve a second term in office. Of course, so much has changed since the last time the two men were in the same room together on the debate stage 4 years ago this fall. Of course, there is the invasion of Ukraine, war in the Middle East, here at home, of course, inflation front and center. Voters, of course, will have their eyes on all of this. We know that President Biden has been hunkered down at Camp David, taking debate preparations very seriously. Donald Trump also taking debate preparations more seriously than he may have been letting on. Also trying to expectation set along the way. We've been talking with some voters who, of course, are going to be tuning into this. It's also in battleground Georgia, a key battleground state that Donald Trump lost to Joe Biden 4 years ago. Kelvin King is a conservative Republican.
I'm gonna fast forward to when they're actually like showing off.
I want to see the mics.
Stage. Are they not gonna? Is this not the right one? I'm gonna CNN.
As a Democrat strategist, this live hurts my feelings. Gang, I hate to break it to you. You've heard our statements.
This literally isn't the right video.
I'm sure you do very good work though, especially if you're listening to us.
You know it's not a real job.
Playing a drinking game at the debate tonight. What should the rules be? I don't know. You know, I feel like this is genuinely unpredictable. I was kind of baffled at the Republican debates at how much time they spent on certain topics. You know what I mean? Like, this could go anywhere. Mm-hmm. It's kind of wild how they talk about debate like it's a sport. I'm saying.
All right, I guess I can't find the damn video, so I'll just describe it.
Okay.
It basically what it seemed like was, again, they're 8 feet apart. We saw that point.
Yeah.
Other than that, when one guy is talking, when they've been asked a specific question, the other guy's mic will be muted. And during this demonstration, they did this thing where one guy was talking with mic audio like we do, and then the other guy was talking, but his mic was silenced. And you couldn't really hear him. There was a little bit, but it wasn't really intelligible. You didn't know what he was saying. But I could tell that dude wasn't really trying to talk that loud. And we know Trump is loud. Like, he's going to yell, and they're only 8 feet away. And I know the mics aren't that good because it's CNN. Yeah. So I think we're still going to get Trump trying to talk over Joe Biden. I don't think Biden will do it as much because he didn't the first time, but we'll definitely get some of that.
I just need one moment where Trump just yells something and Biden's mic picks up just enough to hear it. I don't even need to hear what he's saying. I just need to hear it and an audible something in Trump's voice and cadence.
Please.
Drink every time both Hiddle boys laugh uncontrollably at something the old dude said. Yeah, I think
you'll die.
That's pretty good. That's a good one.
Now let's check out.
Let me host the next debate. That's what I'm saying. We could put one smack dab in the middle of July.
We got to upgrade this to Wi-Fi.
This is real.
Shit is slow.
Purchase a Wi-Fi plan. Look at that guy.
It's not on the screen for them. Here we go.
Biden fucking taking stimulants like Malik tried for fucking the Black Blade. You know what I mean? Oh, stimulants become my blade once more.
Uh-huh. So some of this... wait, here we go.
Two dudes debating on stage 8 feet apart because they're not gay. I've been saying this.
So if we take a look here, this is RFK's website. He bought the domain therealdebate.com. And it looks like he is going to be going live at the same time as the debate, because he wasn't invited to the CNN debate. Not only was he not invited, he didn't qualify because he isn't on the number of states. He isn't on the ballot for the number of states necessary to reach 270, which you need to win in the Electoral College. So it makes sense that he isn't allowed on the debate stage because he literally can't get elected president as of today. So why would he be allowed on the debate stage? But RFK Jr. is going to be going live and answering questions as if he was actually there, which I think is funny.
See, and it's so sick because his mic's not going to be muted. He can just talk over him. Maybe we should be watching that one. You know what I'm saying?
So we could get all three candidates.
Exactly.
Because it's a three-way race.
Golly, man. There are years. Let's go. Amazing.
That's quite silly.
Amazing.
So we got 12 minutes until the debate. Let me make sure the everything is up on our social medias.
And time for the bingo card. We love the bingo card. It's damn near Hiddo tradition.
It is a Hiddo tradition. We did it for all the GOP debates.
That's what I'm saying.
We're locked in. We are locked
Always. RFK shadowboxing Trump and Biden. I feel like if I was inclined to vote for RFK and I tuned into whatever he's going to be doing, I feel like no matter what, it would turn me off. It would turn me off. I can't lie.
Yeah, it's just the problem is it's corny.
$50 Canadian from Ananya. Paycheck just hit, baby. That's what I'm saying. We love that.
Ananya, I think Ananya just joined the Patreon, so welcome to the Hiddo community.
Ooh, Elm,
I saw that the other day.
If you could send the mic muting link, that would actually be perfect.
Yes. I'll wait. I don't think drop it in the Discord if you're in the Discord because
Yes.
I don't think YouTube allows people to send links.
Guys,
that
we're
might
ragtag operation.
Yeah, I don't know how to fix that, so it's just drop it in the Discord in the general chat, and I'll click on it.
He should have brought on Jill Stein. See, what he should do is he should just let the moderator ask a question, and then he should answer it as if he's on the stage, and just not show Biden or Trump's answers. Just poach the questions and pretend. He's just playing pretend, guys. He's just doing a little LARP. Shit, dang. The debate will probably suck low key, high key.
No, it'll be good actually.
It'll be good, and I'm gonna be glad I'm here.
You're putting it in general. Oh, it's on TikTok. Elm. It should work still, but I'm just a little sad about that. Hold on, just a second. We'll watch it together.
The brainworm is pulling well in the battleground states.
Welcome to the set of the CNN presidential.
Hold on.
I love living in a battleground state.
It's my favorite
Makes
thing.
me feel relevant.
You
know
remember?
what I mean?
I don't know, Gage. Did you watch the 2020 debate?
Yes.
Do you remember how sweaty Trump looked?
Yeah.
I meant to go back and watch it today just so I could like be prepared for this. I didn't have the time, but like that, he was so sweaty. But to be fair, he was battling COVID at the time.
This is true. This is very true. And also, Brandon, to answer your question, if you donate to the stream, all proceeds will be going to PCRF.
Okay.
All the money number is going to be going to PCRF.
Yep. Let's take a look at this video. I think this is on screen for you guys. So let's
go.
Debate. We want to give our viewers a sense of the rules of the debate so that when they watch it, they can understand how President Biden and President Trump will be engaging with each other.
Bro's
Tomorrow
really
night,
got that
just after
pundit
9
body
p.m.
language
Eastern,
down.
President Biden will enter from the right side of your screen. President Trump will enter from the left side of your screen. The podiums are 8 feet apart. Directly across from them, the moderators, CNN's Jake Tapper and Dana Bash. Now, a reminder, this is a television studio. There's no audience. Candidates will have 2 minutes to answer questions and 1 minute for responses and rebuttals. At the moderator's discretion, there may be an additional minute for follow-ups, clarifications, or responses. So how does a candidate know how much time is left to speak? Attached to the cameras in the studio and in the candidate's field of view are the timing lights. When the lights show yellow, there are 15 seconds left in a candidate's answer or response.
Are we going to be able to see the timing lights?
When the lights flash red,
No,
there are 5
Distractions
seconds
are.
left.
Thank you for the
and when the
$10.
display
This number right here,
is solid
all
red,
goes to PCRF.
the
That's
time
what I'm saying.
is up.
Number
At
go
that
up.
point, the
Green
candidate's
like money.
microphone will be turned off, and the other candidate will have their microphone turned on.
Yeah, I'm saying he did
My
not
colleague,
need to
Victor
go this
Blackwell,
in-depth.
has more on that.
Thank you, Phil. If we go behind the podiums, you can see 2 green lights. When they're on, they signal to the candidate his microphone is on. When the green lights are off, they signal to the candidate his microphone is off. Now I want to give you a sense of what it will look like for viewers at home if a candidate
do we
whose
get a moment of
microphone is
Trump
off.
getting frustrated when the light turns off and he like points at it and he's like, he's like,
and he looks silly. We get some silly screenshots. Do they shake hands? They're gonna touch gloves like boxers do.
oh hell yeah! Actually, they're not going to shake hands. They're going to do the elbow COVID thing.
Interrupts a candidate whose microphone is on. So I'm standing at one podium.
Yeah, thank
and I'll
God
ask
we
Phil
know
to
that
come
Trump
in
is
and take
entering
the
from the
other
left,
podium.
like
And
a
so let's
fucking
say
communist.
I'm answering a question. My light
All right, this
is
is
green
important. This
and
is
I'm
important.
speaking. Phil's microphone is off and his green lights are not illuminated. He's going to interrupt me as I'm speaking, and this is what it will sound like. My volume remains
You can't
constant,
hear him.
while Phil's interruption can be difficult to understand.
And like he's not. This guy at the bottom, the white dude, is not trying that hard. Like imagine Trump, sweaty, wet, moist, even yelling at Joe Biden.
Stand.
Bump it back slightly.
My volume remains constant, while Phil's
It's gonna be
interruption
bad.
can be
That's good,
difficult
actually.
to understand.
Let's try the opposite. My microphone is now on. Victor's microphone is off, and he's going to interrupt me. My volume remains constant, while Victor's
hear him.
interruption
Hell
can
yeah.
be difficult to understand. CNN's production team has shared this demonstration with the campaigns
You can
earlier
hear him.
today, and
You
we're
will
sharing it with
absolutely
you,
be able to hear
our
Trump.
viewers,
Oh my
so
God, that's so
everyone
good.
Now, I feel like the best outcome to this is that maybe an asteroid will hit Earth before the debate starts. It's not. It's a
Yeah.
non-zero chance.
But also spare my PS5 and my TV and some internet so I
And
can
me.
play. Yeah, so I can finish Shadow of the Erd Tree.
Okay, that's enough of that.
Honestly, wild that we have to treat candidates like children with the talking stick. I'm saying they're literally running for leader of the free world. You know what I mean? Pepper Posse. Come on. $9.99. I made a drinking game for the debate. I'd be happy to send it to the Discord if people want. Go ahead and launch it.
Yeah, go ahead. Soft launch.
So go ahead and soft launch it. You can send a picture of like the corner, you know what I'm saying? And then you can slowly reveal it as we go on, as time goes on.
All right. We will be watching on PBS because we don't fuck with the mainstream, lamestream media.
Precisely.
But it's
Precisely.
about to begin in about 6 minutes, so I'm gonna go grab my tea
Amazing.
and then we're gonna get started.
Oh my gosh. Who's all excited? I'm kind of excited, to say the least. You know what I mean? Entropy will move both candidates to outer space when the debate starts. Non-zero chance this is true. You know, it constantly drives everything that's going on. I hate American politics so much. See, a guy like me, I love it. I love it. It's like an abusive relationship. You know what I mean? I don't really get much good out of it, but I can't look away. I'm playing Stardew while listening so I can keep my sanity. You know, everybody needs a cozy game while watching an uncozy thing. Me personally, I would be going crazy at Elden Ring right now, though. You know, the vibes here are great. I'm excited. Thank you, Matthew, with the smiley face. I'm hoping for content. That's the name of the game around here. You know what I mean? I have my dinner with me. I'm ready. You know, I had some chicken and veggies before I hopped on. Easy. Dinner of champions. You know what I'm saying? I'm not excited for the country. Neither am I. But the content, that's what it's all about. The pre-screeners are so close to condemning protesters already. I love that. I think there's a good chance the college protests get mentioned. That was kind of a big event. I feel like that is something that would stick in people's minds, and that's a good kind of segue into talking more broadly about Israel-Palestine. Shout out all the Stardew players over here. Hoping for some major senior moments, as am I. You'd miss this for Elden Ring? Well, I would not miss this for Elden Ring, unless it's bad. Unless it's bad, then I would be wishing I was fighting something. You know what I mean?
And that's valid.
Okay. My parents, grandmother, and I are all on FaceTime with our wine and pizza. So excited! Hopefully, you got Hiddo playing out loud. Mm-hmm. Hopefully, you're indoctrinating the family.
Need that.
Golly, this poli-sci criminal justice Dever Major has been preparing in fear and I guess excitement all year for this debate. It's ridiculous to think that this is like the second biggest night in politics all year.
Yeah. There supposedly is going to be another one. Before we get started, make sure to share the stream with your friends, like the stream, check out the Hiddo merch. Exactly. Yeah, Jeremy does stay leaving. Sometimes I got to pee, sometimes I got to get a drink.
You think it's a problem? V?
Yeah, you don't like Gage?
you don't like just hanging out with me? What's going on here?
You don't fuck with Gage like that?
Oh my God. I'm playing Shadow of the Urge. You just hit 14 Scouto Tree level. I think I'm on like 6 right now after beating Rolana.
You guys got to tell me.
Uh-huh.
Do you condemn Hamas?
Please, flood the chat with it.
Do you condemn Hamas?
My baby can hear in utero. That's what I'm saying. Talk about a malleable mind right there. It's literally forming. My words just being... It's like when you put Mozart and play it for a baby, like rich people do, you know what I mean?
Now this guy... Listen, you all. Mm-hmm. This right here.
Yeah.
This is the spin room.
Thank you, John G.
We are taking what's said live on television and we're spinning it. Mm-hmm. This is the spin room. Don't let anybody, all the Democratic strategists sitting in D.C., sitting in Biden's campaign headquarters waiting to spin it. No, this is the spin room.
That's right.
This is the official spin. Mm. And if you condemn Hamas, then you belong here.
I am creating narratives here that are absolutely false. I am clipping and shipping. $20 says Biden is going to say, witty retort, Jack. I got to hear my president say Jack to know this country will be in good hands. And that's what it's all about, you know?
They're condemning.
You know, who cares about policy? At the end of the day, what matters is if I can have a beer with you.
Yeah, I need to be able to have a beer with them. If you are new around here, welcome to the Hiddo live stream. Head in the office. Make sure to subscribe if you like the content. Check out the Patreon. Exactly. Join the Discord. It's all in the description. We're glad to have you here. And thank you all so much for showing up and showing out. We've gotten... more than $1,500 in donations to PCRF already, and that's crazy. And we've also gotten a lot of you have already bought the magnets from the store as well, the Hiddo shop. That's also in the description.
Pretty sick.
That's also going to be a fundraiser for PCRF. So
all proceeds from the magnets will be going to them as well. You know, for the people who can't, for the people who aren't dedicated enough to show up to the live stream.
Yeah.
I condemn Hamas, Jack.
We got 2 minutes. Any final predictions, you guys? We got 2 minutes before this hoe kicks off.
That's a good question.
Thanks for being here.
I have a dedicated prayer rug for condemning Hamas. Malarkey. Key.
That's key.
AKAV. You're literally the one who dropped in the chat that you said Jeremy was your favorite, so I don't even want to hear it.
Damn.
You said I
choosing favorites.
Jeremy leaves the stream because Gage just can't. He can't hold the crowd. He can't do it.
Not because whatever he's got to say, it kind of sucks.
It's just not it. He tries to talk to the chat and this is whatever. But Emma1234 with 1999 obligatory condemnation of Hamas.
We love you guys.
And, your condemnations of Hamas are always bolstered with a donation to PCRF. You know what I mean?
Yeah, Hamas really knows you're condemning them.
Exactly.
I can't wait. Like,
Let them know.
if we ever get big enough, they're going to be like, oh, my God, remember back in 2024 when they did a fundraiser for Hamas?
Precisely.
That's going to be good.
We're going to end up on Fox News on Monday. Everybody at work's going to know.
All right. Supposedly, this is about to start in like a minute.
Excellent.
So I'm going to switch over to PBS's coverage. Don't expect anything too inflammatory because it's PBS. That's the public broadcast service.
What you should expect is more like his State of the Union performance or his 2012 debate performance against Paul Ryan. At the same time,
I'm curious to see what Biden's
the Biden
energy level is going to be.
also, in a way,
on a scale of like
for
State of the
Trump
Union. Where do we think it is,
suggesting
folks?
that he would come out there and perhaps have
that's the right one.
debate performance that he had in 2020 and
Didn't
the first
see your
debate
chat.
performance,
Type it again.
rather than maybe the one that he
Type it
had
again.
in
Type it again.
the second
Type it
debate.
again.
So a tall order for both candidates.
Oh, Daily
to
Wire's
clear
live
the
streaming.
expectations
I
their
saw
own
that. That's
campaigns
actually
have
so
set
funny.
For the other one.
Thanks for joining our preview of tonight's CNN
Felt like when
presidential
parents
debate.
lie to their kids and
Up
say they
next,
love them equally.
PBS News'
So,
special
who's your
simulcast
favorite?
coverage of the big
Who's
event.
the straight boy bedroom in the bathroom? Hold on. This is my old bedroom. I have a much nicer bedroom in my actual apartment. Thank you very much.
Exactly.
This is in my childhood home. Thank you. And I have all my cool stuff gone. Except for some of those. I got to bring those still.
Except for the stew.
Except for the stew.
Hopefully the video and audio is synced. Here we go. All right, guys.
Hi, everyone, and welcome.
Their video and audio is not synced, and that's not us. That's them. So hold on.
That's awful.
They have it's fucking PBS, bruh.
Public broadcast.
CNN
Oh my
debate.
I said I love Gage and I can turn the fuck out of Hamas. That's what I'm saying. And that's what I do it for, people. I do it for the praise.
All right, here we go. We'll watch the WAPO stream.
Emily Anya 1999. Everyone toast your glasses. Cheers to the Hiddo Boys and this disaster
Here we
country.
go. We got an ad.
I'm saying.
Former President Donald Trump.
Okay, there we go.
Okay, good.
Rematch for the nation's highest.
Lock in, guys.
Rematch is
Each will
diabolical.
make his case to the American people with
It's
just
historic.
over 4 months until Election Day.
Let me know if the audio's all right.
Good evening. I'm Dana Bash, anchor of CNN's
I
Inside
suppose then.
Politics and
At least.
co-anchor of State of the Union.
I'm Jake Tapper, anchor of CNN's The Lead and co-anchor of State of the Union. Dana and I will co-moderate this evening. Our job is to facilitate a debate between the two candidates tonight. Before
Fake
we
Tapper.
introduce them, we want to
Jake
share the
Yapper.
rules of the debate with
Fake
the audience
Yapper.
at home.
Jake Yapper.
Former President Trump will be on the left side of the screen. President Biden will be appearing on the right. A coin toss determined their
They
positions.
could totally
Each
scale the
candidate will
schlong
have
back
2
there.
minutes to answer
You know,
a
they
question.
could put it right
and
across
1
all
minute
that.
each for responses and rebuttals. An
a
additional
touch
minute
too
for
loud.
follow-up, clarification,
gang.
or response is at the moderator's discretion.
Lamestream Media.
When
Name
it's
stream
time
media.
for a candidate to speak, his microphone
far
will
behind
be
is
turned
chat
on,
now?
and his opponent's microphone will be turned off.
Should only be a second, but
Should a
a
candidate
second.
interrupt when his microphone is muted,
Might be like
he will be
10
difficult
seconds.
to understand for viewers at home. At the end
Actually,
of
I
the
feel like
debate,
that's a little-
each candidate
The music
will get
is loud.
2
Their
minutes
mix is
for
off,
closing
gang.
statements.
Yeah, it's not us.
It's
There
their
is
mix.
no
Their
It's
music is
mainstream-
way too loud.
Mainstream media.
Notes, props, or
I'm hyped, guys.
contact with campaign
This is
staff
what
are
we've been
not
looking
permitted
forward
during
to.
the
The
debate.
last commercial
By
break, we gotta
accepting our invitation
fuck
to debate
break. We
both
gotta throw out the
candidates
closing
and their
statement
campaigns
predictions.
agreed
Like what?
to
I just
accept these
why
rules.
why would we give
please
Trump the last
The
word?
46th
Oh, there's also no
President of the
opening
United
statements.
States,
Oh, here we
Joe
go.
Biden.
Oh,
Skin mask. Looking bad.
it does actually look bad. Gang, I don't think they gave him enough drugs.
Oh, no. Shit.
This is already so bad. I don't think they gave him enough drugs.
He doesn't know
Please
where he
welcome
is,
the
bro.
45th President of the United States, Donald Trump.
Oh,
he
he
looks
is.
awful too.
This is so hype. No, I'm so hype. All donations, all stream proceeds going to PCRF. Keep it coming.
Oh goodness gracious.
Gentlemen, thanks so much for being here. Let's begin the debate, and
Let's
let's start
fucking go.
with the issue that voters consistently say is their top
Immigration.
concern, the economy.
Oh.
President Biden, inflation has slowed, but prices remain high. Since you took office, the price of essentials has increased. For example, a basket of groceries that cost $100 then now costs more than $120. And typical home prices have jumped more than 30%.
Okay.
What do you say to
Jenny, what's
voters
up
who
with your
feel they are
patience? That's
worse
crazy.
off under your presidency than
Oh
they
my
were
God.
under President Trump?
We got to take a look at what I was left when I became president and what Mr. Trump
Oh,
did
this
to
is
me.
bad.
We had an economy that was in free fall. The pandemic was so badly
Just
handled.
geeked, right?
Many people were dying. All he said was, it's not that serious. Just
trying not to
inject a little
laugh.
bleach into your arm.
He's
You'll be
just
all
like
right.
me for real.
The economy collapsed. There were no jobs. Unemployment rate rose to 15%. It was terrible.
I can't lie, Trump
And so what we
relatable
had
as
to
hell
do
with
is
that
try to put
reaction.
things back together again. That's exactly what we began to do.
This is bad.
We created 15,000 new jobs.
This is as loud as it can go.
A position where we have 800,000 new manufacturing jobs.
Guys, it's up.
There's more to be done. Working class people are still in trouble. I come from Scranton, Pennsylvania. I come of a household where the kitchen table, if the things weren't able to be met during the month, it was a problem. Price of eggs, the price of gas, the price of housing, the price of a whole range of things. That's why I'm working so hard to make sure I deal with those problems. And we're going to make sure that we reduce the price of housing.
He's more cooked than I thought.
They should have delayed the debate. They should have delayed the debate or something. They shouldn't have done it this early. They should have given fucking Pfizer enough time to come up with a new concoction.
The reason why we're in this problem right now. In addition to that, we're in a situation where if you take a look at all that was done in his administration, he didn't do much at all. By the time he left, things were in chaos. Literally chaos. And so we put things back together. We created, I said, those jobs. We make sure we had a situation where we now brought down the price of prescription drugs, which is a major issue for
Trump
many
is also
people.
old, and Trump also doesn't look great. And I feel like he will also
for
not have as good of a performance as people predict. But if I'm to give him one thing, Trump is very animated, and that makes him look younger.
All the drugs they conclude beginning next year. And the situation is we're going to make that available to everybody.
It feels weird watching him sit still, though.
So we're working to bring down the price around the kitchen table, and that's what we're going to get done.
Oh, can we put on CC?
Thank you, President Trump.
I don't think it'll be.
We have the greatest economy in the history of our country. We have never done so well. Everybody was amazed by it. Other countries were.
They both sound terrible.
Yeah, they do. COVID. And
no vigor.
We spent the money necessary so we wouldn't end up in a Great Depression, the likes of which we had in 1929.
They got 35 vigor and think they're ready for endgame.
We did a great job. We got a lot of credit for the economy, a lot of credit for the military, and no wars, and so many other things. Everything was rocking good. But the thing we never got the credit for, and we should have, is getting us out of that COVID mess. He created mandates that was a disaster for our country. But other than that, we had given them back a country where the stock market actually was higher than pre-COVID, and nobody thought that was even possible. The only jobs he created are for illegal immigrants and bounce-back jobs, a bounce back from the COVID. He has not done a good job. He's done a poor job, and inflation's killing our country. It is absolutely killing us.
Count as created jobs.
Thank you, President Biden.
Well, look, the greatest economy in the world. He's the only one who thinks that, I think. I don't know anybody else who thinks he had the greatest economy in the world. And, you know, the fact of the matter is that we find ourselves in a situation where his economy, he rewarded the wealthy. He had the largest tax cut in American history, $2 trillion. He raised a deficit larger than any president has in any one term.
No points of endurance
either. He's the only
either.
president other than Herbert Hoover who's lost more jobs.
No, this is so mid.
When he began, since Herbert Hoover. The idea that he did something that was significant. And the military.
When are they going to start yelling?
When he was president, they were still killing people in Afghanistan. He didn't do anything about it.
Afghanistan mentioned.
When he was president, we were still finding ourselves in a position where you had a notion that we were this safe country. The truth is,
why is he whispering
this century?
I don't think he can.
That doesn't have any.
That's as loud as he's cooking.
Anything else out.
Any troops dying anywhere in the world like he did.
President Trump,
I want to follow up
if I can.
Yeah. Am I allowed to respond to him?
Well, I'm going to ask you a follow-up. You can do whatever you want with the minute that we give you. I want to follow up.
Trump is
you
locked
want to impose a 10% tariff on all goods coming into the U.S. How will you ensure that doesn't drive prices even higher?
Get out and vote blue. Even centrists are better than any Republican real as hell.
Ripping us off for years, like China and many others, in all fairness to China.
I love you too, Retro.
It's going to just force them to pay us a lot of money, reduce our deficit tremendously, and give us a lot of power for other things. But he made a statement. The only thing he was right about is I gave you the largest tax cut in history. I also gave you the largest regulation cut in history. That's why we had all the jobs.
That's why we had
the jobs went down and then they bounced
Ohio
back.
crash.
And he's taking credit for bounce back jobs. You can't do that. He also said he inherited 9% inflation. No, he inherited almost no inflation, and it stayed that way for 14 months.
What the fuck is he doing?
And then it blew up under his leadership because they spent money like
thank you so much.
a bunch of people that didn't know what they were doing, and they don't know what they were doing. It was the worst, probably the worst administration in history. There's never been. And as far as Afghanistan is concerned, I was getting out of Afghanistan, but we were getting out with dignity, with strength,
and he didn't do it. He didn't do it.
Got out. It was the most
he thought it would be unpopular
day in the history of our country's life.
President Trump, over the last 8 years, under both of your administrations, the national debt soared to record highs. And according to a new nonpartisan analysis, President Trump, your administration approved $8.4 trillion in new debt.
Real as hell.
Well, so far, President Biden, you've approved $4.3 trillion in new debt. So, former President Trump, many of the tax cuts that you signed into law are set to expire next year. You want to extend them and go even further, you say. With the U.S. facing trillion-dollar deficits and record debt, why should top earners and corporations pay even less in taxes than they do now?
Because the tax cuts spurred the greatest economy that we've ever seen just prior to COVID. And
does
even
not pay the
COVID,
deficit back,
so strong that we're able to get through COVID much better than just about any other country. But we spurred, that tax spurred. Now, when we cut the taxes, as an example, the corporate tax was cut down to 21% from 39%.
The deficit had accumulated at record levels
that,
before the COVID spending added on top of that.
Yes.
That's something that's very important to keep in mind when he's talking about the debt.
Trillions of dollars
it's not just the
country.
stimulus checks.
The country was going like never
before. It was also
before.
the tax cuts.
And we were ready to start paying down debt. We were ready to start using the liquid gold right under our feet, the oil and gas right under our feet.
Drill, frag,
we were
burn.
going to have
Biden's drilling more than Trump did.
Has had. We got hit with COVID.
Not the
we did a
trickle-down
lot to
economics,
fix
that's what
it.
I'm
I
saying,
gave him an unbelievable situation with all of the therapeutics and all of the things that we came up with. We gave him something great. Remember, more people
Shout out to
died
Morgan Price.
under his administration, even though we had largely fixed it. More people died under his administration than our administration, and we were right in the middle of it.
That is
but like
which
it
a
was
lot
under
of people don't
started
like to
under
talk
It's still
about.
COVID.
But he had
Like,
far more people
it's still a
dying
pandemic. I
in
don't
his
think.
administration. He did the mandate, which is a disaster, mandating it. The vaccine went out. He did a mandate on the vaccine, which is the thing that people most object to about the vaccine. And he did a very poor job, just a very poor job. And I will tell you, not only poor there, but throughout the entire world, we're no longer respected as a country.
Biden looks like
they don't respect our leadership. They don't respect the United States anymore. We're like a third world nation between weaponization of his election, trying to go after his political opponent. All of the things he's done, we've become like a third world nation. And it's a shame.
Republic.
The damage he's done to our country. And I'd love to ask him, and will, why he allowed millions of people to come in here from prisons, jails, and mental institutions to come into our country and destroy our country.
Now we're heating up.
President Trump, we will get to immigration later in this
Vile
block. President Biden,
rhetoric from Trump,
I want to give you an opportunity to
really
respond to this question about the national debt.
He had the largest national debt of any president in a 4-year period, number one.
Yes.
Number two.
Yes, very true.
That $2 trillion tax cut benefited the very wealthy.
Yes.
Ultra
What
wealthy.
I'm going to do is fix
God,
the
he's the
tax
worst
system. For
messenger.
example, we have 1,000 trillionaires in America. I mean, billionaires.
Oh,
in America.
my
And what's
God.
happening? They're in a situation where they, in fact, pay 8.2% in taxes. If they just paid 24%,
effective tax rate?
25%, either one of those numbers, they'd raise
Please call it
$500
an
million,
effective tax rate.
$1 billion, I should say, in a 10-year period. We'd be able to wipe out his debt. We'd be able to help make sure that all those things we need
God,
to do,
he
child
is
care,
so much
elder
older
care, making sure
than
that we
last
continue
time.
to
Yeah, he is.
strengthen our health care system.
This is not the State of the
making sure
Union,
that we're able to
Biden.
make
No,
every single
this is not the
solitary
State of the Union,
person, eligible.
What
for
did they
I've
give
been
to
able
Trump
do
to
with
keep him stop talking?
with the COVID.
I don't
Excuse
know.
me, with dealing with everything we have to do with.
Like
Look,
oh God,
Oh.
Jesus.
we finally beat Medicare.
Thank you, President
What?
Biden.
What the fuck does that
That's right. He did beat Medicare. He beat it to death, and he's destroying Medicare because all of these people are coming in. They're putting them on Medicare. They're putting them on Social Security. They're going to destroy Social Security. This
That's
man
curtains,
is going to
baby.
He just gave Trump a crazy
destroy
layup.
Social
And it's like the
Security.
bones
These millions and
initially
millions of
were
people
pretty
coming
good.
in.
I think
they're
he needs
trying
to
to
say
put them on
effective
Social
tax rate
Security.
and not tax rate,
He
because the
will
fact
wipe
checkers
out
are going to come in and be
Social
like, well,
Security.
actually.
He will wipe out Medicare. So he was right
my
in the way
God,
he
man.
finished that sentence. And it's a shame. What's happened to our country
Biden, come
in the
on,
last
brother.
4 years
You know what?
is
Maybe
not
it's
to
good
be
that the
believed.
debates are happening
Foreign
early.
countries, I'm
Maybe-
friends with a lot of
maybe
people.
they do wanna hide
cannot
this from
believe what
voters.
happened to the
We beat
United
Medicare.
States of America. We're no longer respected.
Voices
They-
hard
they
watch,
don't
that's what I'm
like
saying.
us. We
Vibes
give them
crashed
everything they
once
want,
Biden
and
walked out.
they think we're stupid. They think we're very stupid people.
Stay in
What
there,
we're
Matthew.
doing for other countries, and they do nothing for us.
If we
what
can,
this
you can.
man has done is absolutely criminal.
Thank you, President
Criminal.
Trump. Dana?
Convicted felon?
This is the first presidential election
I wish we
since
could
the
have had beat
Supreme Court
Medicare on the bingo
overturned Roe v.
card.
Wade.
Oh, word.
This morning,
Okay.
the court ruled on yet another abortion case,
Oh,
temporarily
hell yeah.
allowing emergency abortions to continue in Idaho, despite that state's restrictive ban. Former
maybe 90
President
minutes
Trump,
is too long.
You take credit for the decision to overturn Roe v. Wade, which returned the issue of abortion to the states.
Correct.
Everybody wanted me to overturn it?
The federal government still plays a role in whether or not women have access to abortion pills.
They're so afraid of
They're
being called
used
biased.
in about 2/3 of all
Just
abortions.
be honest.
As president, would you
They're gonna
block
call you biased
abortion
anyway.
medication?
So like,
First of all,
be
the Supreme
biased.
Court just approved the abortion pill, and I agree with their decision to have done that, and I will not block it. And if you look at this whole question that you're asking, complex but not really complex. 51 years ago, you had Roe v. Wade, and everybody wanted to get it back to the
Bingo,
states.
baby.
Everybody, without exception.
Mark off the
Democrats,
card.
Without
Republicans,
exception.
Liberals, conservatives.
Head in the office.
Everybody wanted it back. Religious
Jeremy and
leaders.
Gage.
And what I
wanted
did
it
is
gone.
put 3 great Supreme Court justices on the court, and they happened to vote in favor of killing Roe v. Wade and moving it
that's
back to the
ad
states.
right
This
there.
is
Yeah, that's
something that everybody
not something that you
wanted.
should have said.
Now, 10 years ago or so, they started talking about how many weeks and how many this, getting into
This is
other
such a
things.
layup for
But every
Biden.
legal scholar
I don't think he's gonna
throughout
land
the
it
world,
though.
the most respected, wanted it brought
Lighting
back to the
is not
states. I
doing
did
bro
that.
any
Now
favors
the states
right now.
are working it out. If you look at Ohio, it was a decision that was an end result that was a little bit more liberal than you would have thought. Kansas, I would say the same thing. Texas is different.
He's
Florida
not
is
there.
different. But they're all making their own decisions right now.
Bingo, but at what cost?
The states control it. That's the vote of the people. Like Ronald Reagan, I believe in the exceptions. I am a person that believes. And frankly, I think it's important to believe in the exceptions. Some people, you have to follow your heart. Some people don't believe
The
in
silence
that.
in the background
But
is
I
so
believe in
loud.
the exceptions for rape, incest, and the life of the mother. I think it's very important. Some people don't. Follow your heart. But you have to get elected also, and because that has to do with other things. You got to get elected.
Making our job so much
The problem they
harder.
have is they're radical because they will
I don't
take the
even know
life
how
of
to
a child in
comment
the
on
8th
this.
month, the 9th month, and even after birth. After birth, if you look at the former governor of Virginia,
After birth abortions.
he was willing to do this. He said, "We'll put the baby aside and we'll determine what we do with the baby," meaning we'll kill the baby.
I wish I would have remembered that for
What
the bingo
happened is
cards.
we brought
Oh my
it
God,
back
Rebecca
to the
Cole's
states,
199.
and the
Thank you.
country
Will.
is now
That
coming
woke
together
Biden
on
up.
this issue. It's
My,
been
my.
a great thing.
Thank you. President Biden?
It's been a terrible thing, what you've done. The fact is that the vast majority of constitutional scholars supported Roe when it was
Chat,
decided.
is this real?
Supported Roe. And that's this idea that they were all against it is just ridiculous. And this is the guy who says the state should be able to have it. We're in a state where in 6 weeks, you don't even know whether you're pregnant or not, but you cannot see a doctor, and have him decide on what your circumstances are when you need help. The idea
doctors
that
can only be
states are able
guys,
to do
man.
this is a little like saying we're going to turn civil rights back to the states.
It's
Let
like-
each state have a different rule.
He's
Look,
saying
there's
the
so
right
many young
things.
women who have been, including a
But
young
you
woman who
can't
just
say it.
was
Yeah.
murdered. And he went to the funeral. The idea
Right-
that
right message, wrong
she was
messenger.
murdered by an immigrant coming in.
Wait.
They talk about that.
Laken Riley?
Here's the deal. There's a lot of young women who are being raped by their in-laws, by their spouses, brothers and sisters, it's just ridiculous, and they can do nothing about it. And they try to arrest them when they cross state lines.
Thank you.
There have been many young women murdered by the same people he allows to come across our border. We have a border that's the most dangerous place anywhere in the world. Considered the most dangerous
he
place
low-key
anywhere
set
in
him
the
up to
world.
be able to dodge that
and
question.
he opened it up, and these killers are coming into our country, and they are raping and killing
Oh,
women.
my God.
And it's a terrible thing. As far as the abortion is concerned, it is now back with the states. The states are voting. In many cases, it's frankly a very liberal decision. In many cases, it's the opposite. But they're voting,
Someone
and it's
get
bringing
behind
it
the
back
ice
to the
cream cone
vote of the
straight, I'm
people,
saying.
which is what everybody wanted, including the founders, if they knew about this issue.
What?
Which, frankly, they didn't. But they would have done. Everybody wanted brought back.
About
Ronald Reagan wanted it brought
Roe.
back. He wasn't able to get it.
About Roe.
Weren't the
Everybody
founders
wanted it
pro?
brought back, and
Yes.
many presidents had tried to get it back. I was the one to do it. And again, this gives it the vote of the people, and that's where they wanted it. Every legal scholar wanted it that way.
See,
Staying on
It's
the
just
topic
not
of
true.
abortion, President
absolutely
Biden,
no
7
reason why
states-
Trump should be saying any
I'll
of
let you
that
do that.
either.
Like,
And the
this is
moderators should be
same
saying
topic.
no.
7 states
Yeah.
have no legal restrictions on how far
He
into a
looks
pregnancy
insane.
a woman can obtain an abortion.
Jesus Christ.
Do you support
man.
any legal limits on how late a woman should be able to terminate a pregnancy?
I supported Roe v. Wade, which had 3 trimesters. The first time is between the woman and the doctor. Second
first
time
time
is between the doctor and an extreme situation.
Okay.
The third time is between the doctor I mean, between the woman and the state. The idea that the politicians, the founders wanted the politicians to be the ones making decisions about women's health is
I don't
ridiculous.
know what he meant by
That's
that,
the
but he
last.
got most
no
of it.
politician should be making those decisions. A doctor should be making those decisions. That's how it should be run. That's what you're going to do. And if I'm elected, I'm going to restore
the correct way to
Roe
go
v.
through
Wade.
that is to mention that and then say the stats.
He can take the life of the baby in the 9th month. And even
less
after
than
birth,
1% of abortions happen in the third trimester, and they are almost explicitly only for
put the
life
baby
of the
down,
mother
then
or
we decide
serious
what to do with it.
exceptions.
So
they don't just
he's
happen.
willing to, as we say, rip the baby out of the womb in the 9th month and kill the baby.
It doesn't happen.
That is not what happens.
Doesn't happen.
Democrat or Republican,
Shut
nobody
up,
wants
I'm
it to
glad.
happen.
That is simply not true.
Real.
The Roe v. Wade does not provide for that. That's not the circumstance. Only if a woman's life is in danger, she's going to die. That's the only circumstance in which that can happen. But we are not for late-term abortion, period. Period,
okay.
period.
There you go.
Under Roe v. Wade, you have late-term abortion.
What are you talking
can do
about?
Whatever you want, depending on the state. You can do whatever you want. We don't think that's a good thing. We think it's a radical thing. We think the Democrats are the radicals, not the Republicans.
Not true.
For 51 years, that was the law. 51 years, constitutional scholarship said it was the right way to go.
It was super
51
precedent.
years, and it was taken away because this guy put very conservative members on the Supreme Court.
Real.
He takes credit for taking it away. What's he going to do? What's he going to do? In fact, if the MAGA Republicans, he gets elected, and the MAGA Republicans control the Congress, and they pass a universal ban on abortion, period, across the board at 6 weeks or 7 or 8 or 10 weeks, something very, very conservative. Is he going to sign that bill? I'll veto it. He'll sign it.
Okay,
that's a good message. Good message. Still,
that was great.
Not enough figure.
Best moment thus far.
Migrants have illegally crossed the southern border.
The bar is in hell. The drugs are kicking in.
Immigration.
And overburdening cities such as New York and Chicago.
the Adderall
in some
hit.
cases causing real safety and security concerns. Given that, why should voters trust you to solve this crisis?
Because we worked very hard to get a bipartisan agreement that not only changed all of that, it made sure that we are in a situation where you had no circumstance where they could come across the border with the number of border police there are now. We significantly increased the number of asylum officers. By the way, the Border Patrol endorsed my position. In addition to that, we found ourselves in a situation where when he was president, he was separating babies from their mothers, putting them in cages.
It's so monotone.
The families were separated. That's
There's
not
no
the right way to
affect
go.
in anything he's
What
saying.
I've done since I've changed the law, what's happened? I've changed it in a way that now you're in a situation where there are 40% fewer people coming across the border illegally. That's better than when he left office. And I'm going to continue to move until we get the total ban on
total ban?
The total initiative relative to what we're going to do with more Border Patrol and more asylum officers.
It's like,
I really don't know what he said at the end of that sentence. I don't think he knows what he said either. Look,
damn. Low-key
our country.
got his ass.
All he had to do was leave it. All he had to do was leave it.
He low-key cooked
He
him.
decided to open up our border.
Oh
open
my
up our
God,
country
man.
To people that are from prisons, people that are from mental institutions, insane asylums.
He's lying.
Terrorists. We have the largest number of
tell him
terrorists coming
he's
into our country
lying.
right now. All terrorists, all
Like, tell
over
him
the
it's
world,
the
not just in
abuelas
South
coming
America,
over.
all over
Like,
the
'cause
world.
that's
They
what it
come from the
is.
Middle
Melting
East,
pot.
everywhere.
It's
All
just
over the world, they're
people.
pouring
Like,
in.
it's just
And
regular
this guy
fucking people coming
just
over.
left it open.
It's
And he
such
didn't
an
need legislation
easy layup
because I didn't
to
have
say
legislation.
it's literally
I said,
not people.
close
Like,
the border.
Trump
We
is
had the
taking
safest
the
border in
extreme
history. In that
of the
final
position.
couple of
Like,
months of my
and he's always done
presidency,
this. It's so
we had,
easy.
according to Border Patrol, who is great, and by the way, who endorsed me for president, but I won't say that.
He's just making that up.
I won't say that, but I did.
Speak to him. But look, we had the safest border in history. Now we have the worst border in history. There's never been anything like it. And people are dying all over the place, including the people that are coming up in
Thank you,
caravans.
President Trump. President Biden?
The only terrorist who's done anything crossing the border is one who came along and killed three, under his administration, killed an Al-Qaeda person come in his administration, killed 3 American soldiers.
You don't got to do that.
American soldiers. That's the only terrorist that's there. I'm not saying that no terrorist ever got through, but the idea they're emptying their prisons, we're welcoming these people, that's simply not true. There's no data to support what he said.
Okay.
Once again, he's exaggerating, he's lying.
President Trump,
Kill
staying
him.
on the topic of immigration,
Trump is
you've
licking
said
his
that you're
lips
going to
a lot.
carry out,
Hit him
quote, the
softly.
largest domestic deportation operation in American history, unquote. Does that mean that you will deport every undocumented immigrant in America, including those who have jobs, including those whose spouses are citizens, and including those who have lived here for decades? And if so, how will you do it?
Just 1 second. He said we killed 3 people. The people we killed are al-Baghdadi and Soleimani, the 2 greatest terrorists.
Soleimani, he didn't even
al-Baghdadi and salami.
And salami meatball sub. I killed it, I ate it up.
People with a bad water, including hundreds of
And then it
thousands
killed
of
me
people
later on the
dying.
toilet, you know what I'm
Also
saying?
killing our citizens when they come in.
Strangers are thanking
are
for the
living
$5.
right now in
Ice
a rat's
endorsed Hito
nest.
to moderate
They're
the next
killing
debate.
our
I'm
people
just-
in New York,
I
in
won't say that.
California, in every state in the union, because we don't have borders anymore. Every state is now a border. And because
Every
of
state is
his
a border state.
ridiculous, insane, and
No,
very
he's actually
stupid
cooking with that,
policies,
though.
people
I
are
feel like
coming
that
in
is
and
really
they're
going to resonate
killing
with the
our
Idahoan
citizens
voter.
at a
Suburban.
level that we've
With
never
the
seen. We call
suburban
it migrant
Idahoan
crime.
that
I call it
is
Biden
concerned
migrant
about
crime.
immigration.
They're killing our citizens at a level that we've never seen before.
Baghdadi.
And you're reading it like these 3 incredible young girls over the last few days. One of them, I just spoke to the mother.
Young girls?
And they just had the funeral for this girl. 12 years
I think
old.
he's talking about
This is
someone who's
horrible
combined,
what's
yeah.
taken place. What's taken place in our country, we're literally an uncivilized country now. He doesn't want it to be. He just doesn't know. He opened the borders. Nobody's ever seen anything like. And we have to get a lot of these people out, and we have to get them out fast because they're going to destroy our country. Just take a look at where they're living. They're living in luxury hotels in New York City and other places. Our veterans.
'Cause Ron
are on the
DeSantis
street.
sent
They're
them there
dying
and they have
because he
nowhere else
doesn't
to
care
go.
about our veterans. He doesn't care. He doesn't like the military at all.
Okay.
And he doesn't care about our veterans. Nobody been
Biden
worse.
can do something
I
with
had
this.
the
Slide
highest
back.
approval rating for veterans taking care of
Give
the
me the
VA.
bingo.
He has the worst. He's gotten rid of all the things that I approved. Choice that I got through Congress, all of the different things I approved, they abandoned. We had by far the highest, and now it's down in less than half because he's done all these great things
Talk
that we
about
did.
how
And I
MAGA
think he did it
Republicans
just
held
because
up
I
the,
approved
was it
it,
the
which
PAC
is
Act?
crazy.
Yeah.
But he has killed so
For the
many
burn pit
people at our
survivors.
Yeah,
border
exactly.
by
That's
allowing
literally
all
Trump's
of these
dudes
people to come in.
that held that
And
up.
it's a very sad
Oh,
day in America.
President Biden, you have the mic.
Every
No
single
mic
thing
muting?
he said is a lie. Every single one. For example, veterans are a hell of a lot better off since I passed the PACT Act.
Yeah, there you go.
1
hell
million
yeah.
of them now have insurance, and their families have it. Their families have it because
Oh my
what
God,
happened,
I'm the Democrat
whether it was Agent
strategist.
Orange or burn pits, they're all being covered now. And he opposed, his group opposed that. We're also in a situation where we have great respect for veterans. My son spent a year in Iraq. Living
Okay,
right next
Bo
to one of
Biden.
those burn pits, came back with stage 4 glioblastoma. I was recently in France for D-Day, and I spoke all about those heroes
Trump
that died.
gave a pay cut
I went
to
to the World
military
War
people.
II cemetery,
Thank you, Jared.
World War I cemetery he refused to go to. He was standing with his 4-star general, and he told me, he said, I don't want to go in there because they're a bunch of losers and suckers.
Oh.
My son
There you
was
go.
not a loser, was not a sucker. You're the sucker. You're the loser.
President Trump?
Real as hell. I agree.
First of all,
The
that was a
delivery
made-up
wasn't the
quote.
best.
Suckers
Mark it
and
off on a
losers.
bingo.
They made it up. It was in a third-rate magazine that's failing, like many of these
Isn't he
magazines.
on video?
He made that up.
Third-rate
Put it in
magazine.
commercials.
Sick,
We've
bro.
notified
Rebecca
him.
Cole, thank
we
you for
had
the $2.
19
Said we should
people
put
that said I didn't say it. And think
al-Baghdadi
of
on
this.
their
Who would
soundboard.
say I'm at a cemetery or I'm talking about our veterans? Because nobody's taking better care. I'm so glad this came up, and he brought it up. There's nobody that's taken better care of our soldiers than I have. To think that I would, in front of generals and others, say suckers and losers. We have 19
He's
people
gaslighting.
that said it. It was never said
Who told
by
you I
me.
said that? Your girl?
It was made
Yeah.
up by him, just like Russia,
You know they
Russia,
don't-
Russia
you know
was
they don't
made
fuck
up,
with me, right?
Just
Did your
like
friends
the
say that?
51
Like, your friends
intelligence
do not like
agents
me.
are made up. Just like the new thing with the 16 economists are
You know, they
talking.
always
It's the
wanted- your
same
friends
thing.
always wanted me to
51
lose this election.
intelligence
Like,
agents said
of course you would
that
listen to
the
them.
laptop was Russia disinformation. It wasn't. That came from his son, Hunter. It wasn't Russia
laptop?
disinformation. He made up the suckers and losers,
Oh,
so
damn.
he should apologize to me
Let's
right
give a
now.
round of breaths for
4-star
Biden. Hell
general
yeah.
standing at your side who was on your staff who said you said it, period. That's number one. And number two, the idea that I have to apologize to you for anything along the line. We've done more for veterans than any president has in American history. And they now
gonna
are
need
their
a
family.
fact check
The
on
only
that
sacred
one.
obligation we have as a country
I genuinely
is
don't
to
know.
care for our veterans when they come home and their families and equip them when
Laptop?
they go to war. That's what we're doing. That's
Laptop?
what the VA is
Drop
doing
top?
now. They're doing more for veterans than ever before in our history.
All right, thank you so much.
Let's move to the topic of foreign policy. I want to
They're muting
begin
the
with
moderators,
Russia's
too?
war against Ukraine, which is now in
CNN.
its third year. Former
Ukraine.
President Trump, Russian President Vladimir Putin says he'll only end this war if Russia keeps the
never would've
Ukrainian
happened under me.
territory it has already claimed and Ukraine abandons
Biden's
its
weak.
bid
No new
to
wars.
join NATO. Are Putin's terms acceptable to you?
First of all, our veterans and our soldiers can't stand this guy. They can't stand him. They think he's the worst commander-in-chief, if that's what you call him, that we've ever had. They can't stand him. So let's get that straight.
He loves that shit.
And they like me more than just about
I love
any of them.
Trumpisms.
And that's based on every single bit of information. As far as Russia and Ukraine, if we had a real president, the president that knew, that was respected by Putin, he would have never invaded Ukraine. A lot of people are dead right
Andrew
now,
Milosky,
much
thank
more
you for
than people
reviving
know.
this.
You know, they talk about
$50,
numbers.
little
You can
something
double
from the
those numbers, maybe
WWRF
triple
Wednesday
those numbers.
Weenie Relief Fund to
He
the
did nothing to
PCRF.
stop
Thank you
it. In
so
fact,
much.
I
The
think he
Wednesday Weenies
encouraged
really
Russia
needed
from
that one.
going in.
The
I'll tell you
Heretic
what happened. He
$2.
was
This
so
is
bad
just
with
Senior Warriors
Afghanistan.
Revenge of the
It was
Stimulants.
such a
I don't-
horrible embarrassment, most
Maybe
embarrassing
Biden's
moment
reached his
in the history
tolerance
of our
for whatever
country,
they had him on
that
before,
when
but
Putin watched that and he saw the incompetence,
I don't know
that
what's going
he should
on.
have fired those generals like I
There was
fired the
cocaine
one
in
that
the
you
White House.
mentioned.
Where'd it go?
And so he's
Like,
got
frankly-
no love lost. But he should have fired those generals. No
Current
general
total,
got
$1,846.
fired for the
Thank you all
most
so much.
embarrassing moment in the history of our country, Afghanistan, where we left
He's really
billions
upset
of
about
dollars
that.
of equipment
The most
behind.
embarrassing
we lost
moment in the history
13
of our
beautiful
country.
soldiers.
Everything
and
with Trump is in the
38
history of our
soldiers were
country.
obliterated. And by the way, we left people behind too. We left American citizens
It was
behind.
Trump's plan.
When Putin
Yeah.
saw that, he said, you know what? I think we're going to go in and maybe take my. This was his dream. I talked to him about it. His dream. The
Yeah, you
difference
talked
is
to him about
he
it.
Never would have invaded Ukraine. Never.
Me and Joe talk often.
Israel would have never.
Me and
been
Putin
invaded.
talked about it, and he said he wouldn't
In a
do it.
million
Number
years
go
of
up.
Hamas.
Number go
You
up
know
for the
why?
more help. Green like money.
Because Iran was broke with me. I wouldn't let anybody do business with them. They ran out of money. They were broke. They had no money for Hamas. They had no money for anything. No money for terror. That's why you had no terror at all during my administration.
Nothing happened
This
under
place,
his
the whole
administration.
world
Nothing
is
ever
blowing
happens,
up
bro.
under
I swear
him.
to God.
President Biden?
He said the whole world's blowing up
Never
under him.
heard so much malarkey in my whole life.
Hell yeah,
The fact
brother.
of the matter is that we're in a situation where, let's take the last point first. Iran attacked American troops, caused brain damage for a number of these troops, and he did nothing about it. Recently, not when he was president, they attacked. He said that
Saudi
just
Arabia
having
killed an
headaches. That's all it
American
is.
journalist under
He didn't
Donald
do
Trump.
anything.
And and Trump literally said we are not going to do anything because it would mess up our business
Bad for
relations
business.
with them. He said it is bad for business. They literally executed a journalist, and Trump said that's chill.
We found
Actually,
ourselves in
so
a situation where, if you take a look at what Trump did in Ukraine, this guy told Trump,
Oh,
do
God.
whatever you want, and do whatever you want.
Who told
and
Trump?
that's exactly what Trump did to Putin, encourage him, do whatever you want. And he went in. And listen to what he said when he went in. He was going to take Kyiv in 5 days, remember? Because it's part of the old Soviet Union. That's what he wanted to reestablish. Kyiv. And he, in fact, didn't do it at all. He wasn't able to get it done. And they've lost thousands and thousands of troops.
Little incoherent.
500,000 troops.
because like
President Trump,
I
if
never
come back
said
to you
that.
for 1 minute, I just want to go back to my original question.
Trump is on his
which
best
is,
behavior.
Are
I'm
Putin's
saying, I don't
terms
understand.
acceptable to you? Keeping the
No, they're
territory
not
in Ukraine.
acceptable. No, they're not
$2 chat. Are we
acceptable.
cooked? We are so cooked.
But look, this is a war that never should have started. If we had a leader in this war,
Hell yeah.
he led everybody along. He's given $200 billion now or more to Ukraine. He's given $200 billion.
Malarkey.
That's a
Mega
lot of money. I don't
malarkey.
think there's ever been anything
The
like
Canadian
it. Every time
money is
that
the real malarkey here, let's
Zelensky
be
comes to
real.
this country, he walks away with $60 billion. He's the greatest salesman ever. And I'm not knocking him. I'm not knocking anything. I'm only saying the money that we're spending on this war, and we shouldn't be spending.
What's Trump's
it should have
solution,
never
though?
happened. I will have that
he
war
loves
settled between Putin and Zelensky as president-elect before I take office on January 20th.
How?
As president-elect, I will solve this issue.
That's illegal.
Bro, me too.
I will get it settled.
As
and
a
I'll get it
private
settled
citizen,
fast before I
I
take
will
office.
settle this issue.
President Biden,
He
you
said,
have
"Don't worry, guys, I got it."
The fact is that Putin is a war criminal. He's killed thousands and thousands of people. And he has made one thing
Just
clear.
like Netanyahu.
He wants to reestablish what was part of the Soviet Empire, not just a piece. He wants all of Ukraine. That's what he wants. And then you think he'll stop there? Do you think he'll stop
Major beef with the Canadian dollar. It's not
if
real.
He takes Ukraine?
I'm
what
sorry.
do you think happens to Poland? What do you think of Belarus? What do you think happens to those NATO countries? And so if you want a war, you ought to find out what he's going to do, because if in fact he does what he says and walks away, and by the way, all that money we give
his
Ukraine
voice
are
is
from
so
weapons we
monotone.
make here in the
He's
United
so
States. We
old,
give them
man.
the weapons, not the money. at
Thank
this
you,
point.
Jake, for the
And
$5. I
our
condemn
NATO
Hamas and
allies
the
have
Democrats for
produced as
gaslighting
much
us about Biden's health. You know
funding
what?
for Ukraine
I'll
as we
say
have.
it.
That's why
Biden is
that's
not
why we're
beating
strong.
the unfit to run
Thank you.
for
Moving
office
on to the
allegations
Middle
after
East.
this one.
In October, Hamas
Think it from
attacked
the media.
Israel, killing more than 1,000 people
Okay.
and taking
Gage
hundreds
locked
of
in.
hostages. Among those held and thought to still be alive are 5 Americans. Israel's response has killed thousands of Palestinians and created a humanitarian crisis in
Don't
Gaza.
just say thousands.
President
it's like
Biden,
tens of thousands.
You've put forward a proposal to resolve
Likely many,
this
many more.
conflict. But so far, Hamas has not released the remaining hostages, and Israel is continuing its military offensive in Gaza.
It's Dana Bash.
So what additional leverage will you
fucking Dana
use
Bash, dog.
to get Hamas and Israel to end the war? You have 2 minutes.
Number one, everyone from the United Nations Security
Everyone wanted me to
Council,
overturn her over you.
straight through the G7 to the Israelis and Netanyahu himself have endorsed the plan I put forward.
No, they did
Endorsed
not.
the plan I put forward, which has 3 stages. to it.
Netanyahu explicitly
The first
did not.
stage
Israel
is
said,
treat
Netanyahu said,
the
"What are you yapping
hostages for a ceasefire. Second phase is a ceasefire with additional conditions. The third phase is the end of the war. The only one who wants the war to continue is Hamas. Number one. They're the only ones standing out. We're still pushing hard.
Hamas agreed.
You literally cannot say Hamas is the only one to want the war to continue when Israel is saying in all of their official communications they will not stop until Hamas is completely eradicated.
That's not a negotiation.
We have gone far past the idea that Hamas could be the one that's keeping this up.
And by the way, I'm the guy that organized the world against Iran when they had a full-blown intercontinental ballistic.
All proceeds of this live stream going to PCRF.
I'm the one who manufactured
Israel
consent.
was accidentally killed, and it just stopped. We saved Israel. We are the biggest producer of support for Israel of anyone in the world.
Unfortunately.
And so there are 2 different things. Hamas cannot be allowed to be continued. We continue to send our experts and our intelligence people as to how they can get Hamas like we did bin Laden. You don't have to do it. And by the way, they've been greatly weakened, Hamas. Greatly weakened.
I don't doubt it.
They should be eliminated. But you've got to be careful for using certain weapons among population centers.
Just going back to Ukraine for 1 second. We
Why?
have an ocean separating us. The European nations together have spent $100 billion or maybe more than that.
Okay, Trump's
less
just going to
than
yap
us.
about the money that we're
Why
spending
doesn't
on
he
Ukraine.
call them, so you got to put up your money like I did
I
with
understand
NATO. I
what
got them
Biden
to
is
put up
trying to
hundreds
do
of
with that
billions of
answer
dollars.
surrounding
The
Hamas.
Secretary
I think it's
General
very
of NATO said
uncontroversial to
Trump
say
did the
that
most
Hamas
incredible
is
job I've
obviously
ever seen.
can
We
do bad
wouldn't
things.
have
You know what I
any
mean?
vote
We've
on
talked
that.
about in the
We're
pod
spending
all the time.
almost
There are
100%
complex
of the money
sociological
was
machinations that can
paid
explain
by
why
us.
a group like Hamas could
He didn't do
come
that.
to power and
He's
why
getting
people could
old.
feel
You
like they
gotta
need
ask
that.
these people to put up the money.
We understand
We're
that.
over $100
I think it's
billion
fine for
more
him to
spent,
say that
and it has
Hamas
a
isn't
bigger
great on
impact
a
on
stage
them
like this for the median
because of
voter.
location,
I don't think
because
we're
we
getting
have
a
an ocean in between.
well, it can
You
be
gotta ask them
complex
as
what's
far
going
as
on over there from Biden.
Israel
However, I
and
think it is
Hamas.
cowardly to
Israel's the one
not
that wants to go. He said
if he's
the only
trying
one who wants
to
to keep going is Hamas.
Oh, shit. If he's
Actually,
trying to
Israel
go
is the
on the
one.
end.
And you should let him
Oh.
go and let him finish the job. He doesn't want to do it. He's become like a Palestinian.
Oh.
But they don't like him because he's a very bad Palestinian. He's a weak one.
What? What the fuck are we yapping about, bro?
It's foolishness. This is a guy who wants to get out of NATO. Are you going to stay in NATO?
What I was saying before,
NATO.
Biden needed to hammer home
idea
more
that we
about
have
civilian
our
casualties,
strength lies
not
in our
just say that
alliances
Hamas
as well.
needs to be eliminated.
There may
He
be a
needs
big
to say
ocean,
that
but
Israel
we
needs to
were
step
able
back.
to avoid a war in Europe.
Thank
a
you,
major war
Veronica.
in
Free
Europe.
Palestine.
What happens
Thank you,
if, in
Danny
fact,
Persily.
you have
$10.
Putin
While we're on
continue to
Gaza
go
subject,
in
consider
NATO?
Hamas condemned.
We have
I
an
agree.
Article 5 agreement. Attack on
Remember,
one is
all money
attack
goes to
on all.
PCRF,
You wanna
Palestinian
start
Children's
the
Relief
nuclear
Fund.
war he keeps talking
Can
about.
we
Go
hit
ahead.
$2,000?
Let Putin go in and control Ukraine,
hold up.
and then move on to Poland and other places.
Thank you, Riley
It
Group.
happens
$5.
then.
I
He
condemn
has no
Hamas.
idea
Let's
what
go.
the hell he's talking about. And by the way, I got 50 other nations around the world to support Ukraine, including Japan.
Why are
and
we
South
going back to
Korea,
Ukraine?
Because they understand that
Trump
this
just
is-
called you a
this kind of
Palestinian. Why are we going
serious
back
threat
to
the whole
Ukraine?
world peace.
You called him a
No,
Palestinian.
The only response to that is, and what's wrong with that?
President Trump,
I beat
just to
Medicare.
follow up, would you support the creation of an independent Palestinian state in order to achieve peace in the region?
I'd have to see, but before we do that, the problem we have is that we spend all the money. So they kill us on trade. I made great trade deals with the European nations.
Still talking about Ukraine. They do
Because
not want to talk
they're
about this
the
issue.
same size economically. Their economy is about the same size as
Believe
the
you,
United
$4.99,
States.
the more I
And
watch,
they
the
were
more
written,
my
no
existential dread
cars.
grows. Also, I condemn
they don't want
Hamas. Thank
anything
you.
that we have, but we're supposed to take their cars, their food, their everything.
Is he talking
their
about China?
agriculture.
Yeah.
I changed that.
I think he's talking
but
about
the big
that.
thing I changed is they don't want to pay.
Like,
She asked about a two-state solution.
He can play games.
Before we get to that, thank
NATO
you.
is
Catherine,
because I
for the
got them to put up
$10 Hamas
hundreds of
condemns me.
billions of dollars. I said,
Good.
and
Frankly.
he's right about this. I said, no, I'm not going to support NATO
Jake,
if you don't pay.
$5. Nurse, I need
They
to
asked
be
me that
changed.
question. Would you
Voice.
guard us against Russia at a very secret meeting of the 28
Why?
states at
See,
that time?
if
This just sucks,
if we're
dog.
establishing that we're cutting off mics, why aren't we cutting off mics when they don't answer the question?
Billions and
We
billions
didn't
of
talk about
dollars
it
came
on the
flowing in
pod,
the
but there was
next
a
day and the
debate, the
next
Colorado GOP primary debate with
now
Lauren
we're in
Boebert
the
and the
same
people who are trying to
position.
unseat
We're paying
her. The
everybody's
moderators went hard as fuck.
The issue of democracy.
They need to be acting like that
President
here.
Trump, I want to ask you about January
we're
6th,
not gonna-
2021. After you rallied your
January 6th
supporters
measure?
that day,
Yeah,
some
no
of them
follow-up.
stormed
Thank
the
you, Pedro,
Capitol
for the
to
$9.99.
stop the constitutionally mandated counting of
Are we
electoral
really not going to
votes.
make him answer the
As
question?
president, you swore an oath to, quote, preserve, protect, and defend, unquote, the Constitution. What do you say to voters who believe that you violated that oath through your actions and inaction on January 6th and worry that you'll do it again?
Oh, Chill Cascade, thank you so much.
Palestine, thank you for
January
choosing.
6th.
And Chill Cascade.
On January
That puts us
6th,
over 2,000 folks.
Own power can do anything, apparently.
Nobody
Free
coming
Palestine.
through, very
Hold
few.
up.
Yeah.
On January 6th, we were energy independent. On January 6th,
Energy
we had the lowest
independence.
taxes ever. We had the lowest regulations ever. On January 6th, we were respected all over the world. All over the world, we were respected.
I don't think so.
And then he comes in, and we're now laughed at. We're like a bunch of stupid people.
Dog, that's your
These are
fault.
liberal
What
talking
happened
points.
to the United States' reputation under this
He's
man's
doing
leadership
2022 liberals. Thank
is
you, Garrett, for the
horrible.
10.
Including
Trump, you did
weaponization,
January
which I'm sure
6th.
at some point you'll be talking about.
Like, that was you.
He goes
Say
after his
it.
political opponent
Big
because he
brain
can't
Trump,
beat him
if
fair and
Biden is a
square.
Palestinian, then it's impossible
You have
for
80
Hamas to
seconds
condemn
left.
him.
My question was, what do you say to those
so
voters who
true.
believe that you violated your constitutional oath
Biden
through
was
your
like a
actions
lost
and
child.
inaction on January 6, 2021, and worry that you'll do it again?
Well, I didn't say that to anybody. I said peacefully and patriotically. And Nancy Pelosi, if you just
Patriotically.
watched the
Actually,
news
Nancy
from 2
Pelosi
days
did Jan
ago,
6th.
on tape to her daughter, who's
Thank you,
a
Pedro.
documentary filmmaker, they say.
I'll tell
But
you
she's
something,
saying,
free Palestine,
oh,
yes,
no,
sir.
it's my responsibility. I was responsible for this. Because I offered her 10,000 soldiers or National Guard, and she turned them down. And the mayor of, in writing, by the way, the mayor, in writing, turned
Why
it down.
would you
The
need
mayor of-
National
of
Guard,
DC.
Trump?
They turned
Yeah.
it down. I offered 10,000 because I could see. I had virtually nothing to do. They asked me to go make a speech. I could see what was happening. Everybody was saying they're going to be there on January 6th. They're going to be there.
I could see what
And
was
I said,
happening.
you know
I knew
what?
it was
There's
gonna
a
be a
lot of
riot,
people coming.
guys.
You could feel it. You could
There's
feel
a
it
lot
too,
of
and
people.
you could
Guys,
feel it.
I literally
And said,
knew it was
they
gonna
ought
be a
have some
riot.
National Guard or
And I
whatever.
riled up the crowd.
And I offered it to her, and she now admits that she turned it down.
I'm sure
And
this is
was
untrue.
the
I haven't
same
seen it,
day
but I'm
she
sure
was-
this didn't
I
happen.
don't
Even
know.
if it
She
is
can't be
true, it
very
makes
happy
him
with
look
her daughter
worse.
because it made her into a liar. She said,
Thank you,
I take
Alexia.
full
I'm literally beyond distracted
responsibility
by everything
for
around me.
January
This
6th.
fuck debate.
President Biden?
Look, he encouraged those folks to go up on Capitol Hill, number one. I sat in the dining room off the Oval Office. He sat there for 3 hours. 3 hours watching.
Honestly, this is the worst
begging,
moderation
being
this
begged
year.
by
Yeah,
his
this is
vice
bad.
president and a number of his colleagues on the Republican side as well. to do
Genuinely
something.
makes me miss
Call for
DeSantis.
stop
You know what? Me
to
too,
end
Chill
it.
Cascade.
Instead, they talked about these people being patriots and great patrons of America. In fact, he says he'll now forgive them for what they've done. They've been convicted. He says he wants to commute their sentences and say that no. But he went to every single court in the nation. I don't know.
Yeah,
how many
if
cases.
if Trump had like nothing to do with January 6th, why does he want to pardon all the people that he said did it, that he would have stopped with National Guard? What is he even talking about?
responsible
Actually, the
for
liberals
doing
let
what
January
was
6th happen
done.
because I
Didn't do
told
a
them I'm
damn
going to
thing.
start a riot.
And these
bro.
people should
And it was
be
a
in
honeypot.
jail. And they
This is
should
true. And
be
also the
ones
feds
that
did it. I
are
didn't do
held
it, but
accountable. And he
if I
wants to
did,
let
it's
them all
Nancy
out.
Pelosi's fault.
And now he says if he loses again, such a whiner that he is, that there's going to be a bloodbath.
Thank you, President Biden. President Trump?
What they've done to
Yeah,
some
I'm also
people
wondering
that
where
are
the
so
commercial breaks
innocent,
are. I feel like I
you
need
ought to
it.
be ashamed of yourself. What you have done, how you've destroyed the lives of so many people when they ripped down Portland, when they ripped down...
it's not there anymore.
Many other cities. You go to Minnesota, Minneapolis.
I understand this is a 2020 rematch, basically.
All over the city.
But I did not think the talking points would still be the 2020 shit. Like,
when you look
we're
at
still doing BLM burn down cities?
They took
Brother,
over
that was
big
4
chunks
years ago.
of Seattle. I was
and no city
They took over Seattle?
They took over one city block.
Immediately.
For like 2 weeks.
What he said about this whole subject is so off.
And it was Portland. Nobody give a shit.
One other thing. The Unselect Committee, which is basically two horrible Republicans that are all gone now out of office.
Remembering the Hiddo Boys
and Democrats, all Democrats.
Thank you, the Southern leftists, $5. These moderators are so good at doing their job.
They found because they found out we were right. We were right. And they deleted and destroyed all of the information. They should go to jail for that. If a Republican did that, they'd go to jail.
Thank you, President. I don't know what President Biden. I want to give you a minute.
The only person on this stage is a convicted felon is the man I'm looking at right now.
We got it.
And the fact of the matter is,
that's me.
What he's telling you is simply not true. The fact is that there was no effort on his part to stop what was going on up in Capitol Hill. And all those people, every one of those who were convicted, deserves to be convicted. The idea that they didn't kill somebody, just went in and broke down doors, broke the windows, occupied offices, turned over desks, turn them over statues. The idea that those people are patriots.
Oh,
come
January
on.
6th.
When I asked him the first two debates we had, first time around, I said, "Will you denounce the Proud Boys?" He said, "No, I'll tell them to stand by." The idea he's refusing. Will you denounce these guys? Will you denounce the people we're talking about now? Will you denounce the people who attacked that Capitol? What are you going to do?
I'm going to give you a minute, President Trump, for a follow-up question I have. After a jury convicted you of 34 felonies
Biden just asked,
last
can you
month,
denounce the
said if
J6 guys and
reelected,
Jake
would,
Tapper
quote,
saved him?
have every right to go after, unquote, your political opponents. You just talked about
fake
members
Tapper.
of the
Me went
Select
off
Committee on
fucking
January 6th
spineless.
going to jail.
Fake Yapper.
Your main political opponent is standing on stage with you tonight. Can you clarify exactly what it means about you feeling you have every right to go after your political opponents?
Well, I said my retribution is going to be success. We're going to make this country successful again, because right now it's a failing nation. My retribution is going to be success. But when he talks about a convicted felon, his son is a convicted felon at a very high level. His son is convicted, going to be convicted probably numerous other times.
He lied on a fire
before, but his Justice Department let the statute of limitations lapse on the most important
You got convicted for partying.
He could be a convicted felon as soon as he gets out of office. Joe could be a convicted felon with all of the things that he's done. He's done horrible things. All of the death causes.
Who hasn't committed a felony? Who among
telling
us?
the Ukrainian
Trump
people
with the base leftist take, all American presidents are war criminals.
Otherwise, you're not getting $1 billion. If I ever said that, that's quid pro quo.
Emily Anya, $10. He hit Helen with a hard F.
We're not going to give you $1 billion unless you change your prosecutor having to do with the son. This man is a criminal. This man, you're lucky. You're lucky. I did nothing wrong. We'd have a system that was rigged and disgusting. I did
everything
wrong.
right, and they
Thank you,
indicted
President
me.
Trump. President Biden, you have said, I'm coming right to you, sir.
Damn. How is CNN moderation actually worse than the Commission on Presidential Debates? Really?
That I did anything wrong relative to what you're talking about is outrageous.
Okay.
It's simply a lie, number one. Number two, the idea that you have a right to seek retribution against any American just because you're president is wrong. It's simply wrong. No president's ever spoken like that before. No president in our history has spoken like that before. Number three,
he needs to clear
the
his throat.
crimes that you are still charged with.
Skin
think
mask
of all
is
the
crazy.
civil penalties you have. How many billions
It really
of dollars
does look
do you owe in
pinned
civil
back.
penalties for molesting a woman in public?
Damn.
For doing a whole range of things.
Go crazy.
Of having sex with a porn star on the night.
Well, you don't got to degrade her.
Pregnant. I mean,
we don't have to
what are you
hit porn
talking
star
about?
like that.
You have the morals of an alley cat.
It's the cheating part that's wrong.
An alley cat.
I didn't have sex with a porn star, number one.
That's an undisputed fact.
That was the case that was started and moved. They moved a high-ranking official, a DOJ, into the Manhattan DA's office to start.
No, I can't let him lie about that. It is an undisputed fact of the case that he did it. The question is, did he pay her off using hiding it as a legal fee with company funds? Yeah, it is an undisputed fact that he did have sex with Stormy Daniels. Jesus Christ.
And the criminal. He basically went after his political opponent because he thought it was going to damage me. But when the public found out about these cases, because they understand it better than he does, he has no idea what these cases are.
I gotta respect how shameless it is. I really do.
You know what they did?
I really
My
do.
poll numbers
Shout
went
out
way
Taylor
up.
Clark.
You know
Happy
that 'cause
birthday.
You're reporting it. And we took in more money in the last 2 weeks than we've ever taken in the history of any campaign. I don't think any campaign has ever taken. Hundreds of millions of dollars came pouring in because the public knows it's a scam, and it's a guy that's after his political opponent because he can't win fair and square.
Thank you, President Trump. President Biden, you have said, quote, Donald Trump and his MAGA Republicans are determined to destroy American democracy.
I think so.
Do you believe that the tens of millions of Americans who are likely to vote for President Trump will be voting against American democracy?
Yeah, how?
The more they know about what he's done.
How are the moderators not going to say, well, you know, it is an undisputed fact that you did, in fact, have sex with Stormy Daniels?
We shouldn't have to do it.
Like,
he's got a whole
this should not be on independent media.
I don't know what the juries will do, but I know
this is the Communist News Network. What are they doing?
Could you ever think you heard any president say that I'm going to seek retribution? Do you ever hear any president say that I thought Hitler had some good ideas? What got me involved around the first place after my son
He's cooking.
He did cook with that one.
Because of Iraq.
Honestly, if any other person says that, that's a like top moment from the debate.
Yeah,
you know what I mean. If they say it with some vigor, Jamie Jamel 98, $10, two men that will die in the next 20 years decide how we live is crazy. I'm saying, put me in there. Next 20 is a bit generous.
And the young woman got killed. I spoke to the mother, and they asked him. They said, "What do you think of those people? The people the ones who got killed, the one who tried to stop it, and the ones," he said, "I think they're fine people on both sides."
Real.
What American president would ever say Nazis coming out of fields carrying torches, singing the same anti-Semitic bile, carrying swastikas were fine people? And this is a guy who says Hitler's done some
I did not have
things.
sexual relations with that woman. Thank you, Veronica.
That's two Hitler name drops.
That is crazy.
This guy has no sense of American democracy.
And honestly, like
President Trump,
Biden
Jake,
cooked with that.
Both of you know that
the delivery was
been
just crazy.
Totally wiped out, because when you see the sentence, it said 100% exoneration on this. So he just keeps it going. He says he ran because of Charlottesville. He didn't run because of Charlottesville. He ran because it was his last chance. He's not equipped to be president. You know it, and I know it. It's ridiculous.
He's floundering.
We're trying to justify his presidency. His presidency, he's without question,
Trump's getting
the worst president, the worst presidency in the history of our country. We shouldn't be having a debate about it. There's nothing to debate. He made up the Charlottesville story, and you'll see it.
It didn't happen.
We are just lying. Like, shamelessly lying.
Debunked it. And just the other day, it came out where it was.
It's like the moon landing. It was fake.
It's
God, this is a glimpse of how I'm gonna act when I leave the left. Y'all are not ready.
Debunked. It happened. All you have to do is listen to what was said at the time. And the idea that somehow that's the only reason I ran. I ran because I was worried a guy like this guy could get elected. If he thought they were good people coming out of that forest, carrying those woods, carrying those torches, then he didn't deserve to be president.
Do people think about Charlottesville anymore?
I don't think so. And it's like he's cooking with it in context of the issue, but like
what happened on January 6th.
It's 2024. Why are we doing 2020 again?
But he made up Charlottesville.
Yeah, but he's literally lying though. So. Honestly, I wouldn't be surprised if people believe Trump because it's been so long.
Officers refused to endorse him this time. His vice president.
Hey, is there going to be a commercial break? I thought there was going to be a commercial. There were going to be commercial breaks. I personally need it.
Thank you, President Biden. We're going to be right back.
Let's go.
More from the CNN presidential debate.
All right. Yeah, cut the
chat.
fucking chat.
All right, chat. Let's be real for a second.
Let me turn the fan closer to us, but yeah, go crazy.
This is during the commercial breaks, the like 3 or 4 commercial breaks during the GOP primary debates, we have so much to say. There was so much to talk about. Fact check. There were narratives to examine. Nikki Haley was doing interesting things if you're evil. You know what I mean? Shout out Derek 999 Free Palestine. I agree wholeheartedly. But like, this is just nothing. This sucks. This is awful. Every time that Biden like cooks, every time he's saying something that is like technically correct, how I would want him to approach it, there's just nothing behind his voice. There's nothing. There's no affect. He's too damn old. Honestly, he's too damn old.
Yeah, it's actually really bad. He had some good moments. He hammered him on abortion a little bit. The problem throughout the whole debate so far, though, is like he just sounds awful. Biden. It's not like Trump sounds the best either. They both are like, they look significantly older. They sound significantly older than 2020. But it's so rough, just like sitting and listening to them both, especially Joe Biden, who sounds like he's a trillion years old.
Yeah.
It's so bad.
Hey, yeah, what the hell are these moderators even here for? How are you going to ask Trump, okay, what do you think about a two-state solution? And then let him talk about Ukraine.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, my God. Christy Beck, 2986, 2100 on the dot. Thank you so much.
All right, bet.
Thank you so much. We couldn't do this without you guys. $5 from Infinite Dev 2020.
All proceeds from the stream going to PCRF.
Palestinian Children's Relief Fund. He may have the lungs of a mummy, but Joe has the heart of a true red-blooded American, but not commie red, though. That's very important. That's very important.
Oh, man. What do you guys think?
This debate isn't changing anyone's mind. This is already settled. It's just an additional round. If this guy's bad, vote for me. Honestly.
If they had Kennedy on stage too, Biden would sound better compared.
That would be sick.
Yeah.
That would be sick. And honestly, though, I feel like Biden's performance is so bad that it is changing minds. So much of Biden's shtick leading up to this has been leeching off of, attempting to leech off of moderate Republicans who are disaffected with Trump, who don't like Trump, don't like how he acts, and don't like how extreme he is. Very extreme, naturally, but don't like how extreme he is from a Republican lens, which is crazy.
Yeah.
I think he loses them by acting like this. I don't know. And yeah, the moderators, trash.
Who do you think Trump loses? Or Biden?
I think Biden loses moderate Republicans.
Oh, yeah.
Just by sucking. Or maybe he doesn't lose them and that they go for Trump, but I think people don't vote.
Yeah, he's not doing a great job selling it.
And also, thank you, CJ Turner, for the $4.99, and also thank you, Distracted Czar, for another $5.
You know, Jake
bailing out Trump.
That was good because Biden, he didn't stick the landing. He stuck the landing on basically nothing.
Yes.
None of his moments. He's had substantively, he's said good things, but sticking the landing, he hasn't done that. But he asked Trump directly. He said, how do you, or what did he say specifically? He said,
something, yada, yada, rioters, they're not
he said,
patriots.
will you condemn the January 6th rioters?
You didn't condemn the Proud Boys. Will you condemn these people? And that could have been a moment.
And Jake Tapper saved him.
God damn.
Jake Tapper said, actually, I'll give you a moment to answer, but I'm going to ask you another question.
Yes. Thank you, Abigail, $5. Unlike Trump, I do always condemn Hamas, as do I. Just to reiterate, so we're all clear. You know what I mean?
Trump calling Biden a Palestinian.
That's
a moment. That's good. That's really good. Looks like we're back.
And it's also, God damn, man, that was so short. I need more time. But also,
first terms.
Thank you, Chris
certainly
Cooper.
Face again.
Oh my God, we're back. So that was like a 2-minute break.
Biden,
Are they already talking?
While black unemployment dropped to a record low under your presidency, black families still earn far less than white families. Black mothers are still 3 times more likely to die from pregnancy-related causes, and black Americans are imprisoned at 5 times the rate of white Americans. What do you say to black voters who are disappointed?
I'm going to reload the page. For some reason, CNN's audio is off. What
would you? Not the ad.
Hang on, guys. For some reason, CNN's audio was unsynced.
Any time in history.
There we go.
Number 2,
I've made more progress.
Wages of black unemployment is the lowest level it's been in a long time. Number 3, we're providing housing for black Americans and dealing with the segregation that exists among these corporations that collude to keep people out of their houses.
Joe Biden cannot explain hypersegregation. There's not a brain cell in his mind that understands modern segregation and the effects of redlining.
Systemic racism through infrastructure.
Yes. I'd be reluctant to understand if he understands how highways split neighborhoods.
Legislation in the past, I was able to reduce black child care costs.
If Trump brings up the super predator stuff from the 80s, the crime bill, or the 90s,
we got to make sure because when you provide those child care protections, you increase economic growth because more people can be in the job market. So there's more to be done, considerably more to be done. But we've done a great deal so far, and I'm not letting up, and they know it.
You have 49 seconds left. What do you say to black voters who are disappointed with the progress so far?
I say I don't blame them for being disappointed. Inflation is still hurting them badly. For example, I provided for the idea that any black family, first-time home buyer should get a $10,000 tax credit to be able to buy their first home.
He's cooking with
so they can get started. I made sure that we're in a situation where all those
Democrats
black families
and
and black individuals who had to take out student loans that were ballooning that if they were engaged in nursing, doctor, and anything having to do with volunteerism, if they paid their bills for 10 years on their student debt, all the rest is forgiven after 10 years. Millions have benefited from that.
That's goated.
And we're going to do a whole lot more for black families.
Thank you, President Trump.
That's a good
And
answer.
he caused the inflation. He's blaming inflation, and he's right. It's been very bad. He caused the inflation, and it's killing black families and Hispanic families and just about everybody.
See,
it's
yeah,
killing people.
I don't know how
can't
Biden comes
buy
back from that
groceries
retort.
anymore.
Like,
they can't. You look at the cost of food, where it's doubled and tripled and quadrupled. They can't live. They're not living
Trump
anymore.
said, because Joe Biden was
He
focusing on
caused this
inflation, hurt black
I gave
families were
him
trying to do these
a
things,
country
and Trump
with
just
no,
starts,
essentially
he
no
caused the
inflation. It was perfect. It was so good.
Yeah.
All he had to do is leave
Yeah.
it alone. He destroyed it
That's
with
kind
his
of a dub for
Green
him.
New Scam. And
Not
all
for
the other,
any real
all this
reasons.
There was a
money that's
pandemic,
being thrown
supply
out the
chain
window.
issues.
He
But it's a
caused
dub
inflation.
retort.
Yeah.
As sure as you're sitting there.
For the median voter.
The fact is that his big kill on the black people is the
What?
millions of people that he's allowed to come in through the border. They're taking black jobs now, and it could be 18, it could be 19, and
What does that even
20
mean?
million
I don't
people.
know.
They're taking black jobs, and
It
they're
has not
taking
been
Hispanic
20 million
jobs.
people.
You haven't seen
We're
it
just
yet,
lying.
But you're going to see something that's going to be.
How would you
the
even
worst in our
quantify that they're
history.
taking black
President
jobs?
Biden.
He's turning minority groups against each other.
When I became president, you know why? The economy was flat on its back. 15% unemployment.
Hey, yo.
It decimated the economy. Absolutely decimated the economy. That's why there was no inflation at the time. There were no jobs. We provided
There were
thousands
no
of millions
jobs.
of jobs for individuals who are in all communities, including minority communities. We made sure that they have health insurance.
Yeah, what the
We
fuck
have
is a
covered-
black job?
The ACA has increased. I made sure that they're $8,000 per person in a family to get written off for health care. But this guy wants to eliminate that. They tried 50 times. He wants
It's
to
like-
get rid of the ACA again. And they're going to try again.
You
if they
have
win.
to.
You
The
find
whole
ourselves
point of
in a
these
position
debates,
where
it doesn't
the
matter what
idea
Biden's saying.
that
The whole
we're not
point of
doing
these
any-
debates
I've put
is to
more-
get like
we put
sound
more
bites.
police
Moments.
on the
It's
street.
to get
for
moments
commercials.
to play on commercials,
He
to
wants
put
cut
in
costs.
voters' faces
We're
to say,
providing
look how I
for
got this guy,
equity-
he's such an idiot.
equity making
And
sure people have
because
a
you have to
shot
like sit
make it.
and
There's a lot
really
going on, but
open your
inflation,
ears and pay
he
attention
caused
to
it
everything that
by his
Biden's saying,
tremendous
all the
amount
moments that he could have just
savings
fall
and waste
so
Yeah.
completely
Pandemic.
flat.
Thank you. Another persistent challenge is the climate crisis. 2023 was the hottest year
Oh,
in recorded
what is Trump gonna
history,
say
and
to this?
communities across the country are confronting the devastating effects of extreme heat, intensifying wildfires,
He's trying to ban your
stronger
burgers.
hurricanes, and rising sea levels.
Thank you, Lauren Roebuck,
Former
$9.99.
President
Y'all's
Trump,
commentary is the
you've
only way I'm
vowed
getting
to
through this
end
debate.
your
Yeah.
opponent's
We appreciate
climate
it.
Yeah.
initiatives, but
If we can do
will
it, you can
take
do it.
any action as president to slow the climate crisis?
Well, let me just go back to what he said about the police. How
The police.
close the police are to him. Almost every police group in the nation from every state is supporting Donald J. Trump.
40% of
Almost
cops
every
support
police
Trump.
group.
Don't look up
And what he's
40%.
done to the black population is horrible, including the fact that for 10
Just
years
Google it
he called
right
them
now.
super
40%
predators.
of
We can't-
cops.
in the
They do,
1990s,
they do.
we
That's
can't
all you
forget
need to
that.
type. The Google will
Super
do the rest for
predators
you.
was his name, and he called it to him for 10.
Oh,
and
he
they've
said
taken
super
great
predators.
offense at it,
There it
and now
is.
they see it happening. But when they see what I did for criminal justice reform and for the historically black colleges and universities, where I funded them and got them all funded, and the opportunity zones with Tim, as you know, Tim Scott was incredible. He did a great job.
VP drop,
Great senator
soft
from
launch.
South Carolina. He came to me with the idea, and it was a great idea. It's one of the most successful economic development acts ever in the country.
I'm pretty sure
zones.
opportunity zones didn't
And
really
the
do
biggest
anything.
beneficiary
Yeah.
are blacks,
I've seen
and
some
that's
breakdowns on
why
it.
I mean, it
we
wasn't like
have the best
bad,
numbers
like,
with
it's
them in
fine. Same with like the
maybe
first step
ever.
back.
They're
yeah.
saying ever. I read this morning where ever the best numbers. He's lost much of the black population because he's done a horrible job for black people. He's also done
I
a
dropped
horrible job
sneakers. I
for
dropped sneakers.
Hispanics. But wait till you see these millions of people pouring into our country, and they're going to take the jobs, and it's already started, and you haven't seen anything yet. It's a disaster.
They're going to take all of the black
38
jobs.
seconds left. President
He's
Trump,
literally
will you
pitting
take
minorities
any
against each other.
action
It's
as
crazy.
president to slow the climate crisis?
So
Oh my
I
God,
want
this was about the-
absolutely immaculate clean water, and I want absolutely clean air.
Clean
And we
water
had
doesn't
it.
do anything
We
about-
had
oh my
H2O.
God.
We had the best numbers ever, and we were using
What is
all
he
forms of
yapping
energy,
about?
all forms, everything. And yet,
What am I gonna do
during
about
my
the
4
climate crisis?
years,
Drill,
I had the
frack, and
best
burn, baby.
environmental numbers ever. And my top environmental people gave me that statistic just before I walked on the stage, actually.
How long has been the idea that anything he said is true.
He didn't say anything. It's not that what he said is true.
Climate change.
It's that he didn't say anything.
In history, we find ourselves, and by the way, black colleges. I came up with $15 billion for HBCUs, historic black universities and colleges, because they don't have those. They don't have the kind of contributors that they have.
Got the acronym wrong, but that's fine.
Build these laboratories and the like.
Yeah.
If any black student is capable in college of doing any white student can do.
Thank you, Caleb Horn.
But now they'll be able to get
$10. Oh boy, this is rough.
I condemn Hamas.
Really old.
Where the idea
I've heard a couple of gaps that will probably be on Luke on Fox tomorrow. You guys are getting me through this. Keep it up. I condemn Hamas. As do I, brother.
The cleanest water. He hadn't done a damn thing for the environment. He out of the Paris Peace Accord, Climate Accord. I immediately joined it because if we heat for 1.5 degrees Celsius at any one point, where there's no way back. The only existential threat to humanity is climate change, and he didn't do a damn thing about it. He wants to undo all that I've done.
Didn't he radically
defund
Paris
the Accord EPA? Was going to cost us $1 trillion. And
what?
China nothing, and Russia nothing, and
$1
India
trillion?
Nothing.
My.
It was a ripoff of the United States. And I ended it because I didn't want to waste that money because they treated us horribly. It was a piece of paper. We were the only ones who was costing us money. Nobody else was paying into it.
It didn't even require money.
It was a disaster. But everything that he said
Black
just
academics
now,
in the chat, let's go.
I said before, insulin. I'm the one that got the insulin down for the seniors. I took care of the seniors.
Republicans voted against the insulin caps.
All of our medical programs
Biden signed it into law.
Migrants coming in, they want everybody. And look, I have the biggest heart on the stage. I guarantee you that. And I want to take care of people. But we're destroying our country.
Got to chuckle out of Biden.
They're taking over our schools,
he looks
our
like
hospitals, and they're going to be taking over Social Security. He is destroying Social Security, Medicare, and Medicaid.
Republicans try to cut each of those every year.
Yeah.
The idea is
damn near running on wanting to cut those.
We were the only ones of consequence.
Stain. He looks like Stain without the fucking thing.
We're not members of the Paris Accord. How can we do anything? We're not able to. The United States can't get its pollution under control. One of the largest polluters in the world, number one. We're making significant progress. By 2035, we will have cut pollution in half. We have made significant progress, and we're continuing to make progress. We set up a climate corps for thousands of young people who will learn how to deal with climate, just like the Peace Corps, and we're moving in directions that are going to significantly
just say Republicans held up everything. That's all you got to say.
But the idea that he
don't slander.
Say that clean energy investment will make new jobs.
About pollution and about climate.
Yeah, talk about there has been climate legislation passed. Just mention it.
All Trump really said was clean water, clean air. I think he might genuinely think that's what climate change is. It's like dirty water and dirty air.
He also alluded to unleashing energy.
Yeah.
Polluting the air and the water.
Every pharmaceutical company cannot have to pay.
Thank you.
And by the way,
so every day, millions of Americans struggle just to make ends meet. For many older Americans, Social Security provides a critical lifeline. President Biden, if nothing is done to Social Security, seniors will see their benefits cut in just over 10 years. Will you name tonight one specific
I don't respect this
step
framing
you're
at all.
willing to take
If nothing happens to Social Security, your
solvent?
benefits drop to 83% of what they were, and then it's funded for the next 50 after that. Social Security is not going anywhere. I would argue Social Security needs more money within it because it's already hard to survive on it, and a 17% cut would be bad. But when we frame it as if it's just going to be cut, the framing behind here is that Social Security is going bankrupt when fundamentally it is not. It is funded. In what was it, the 80s, the Something Act, they expanded the amount of money within Social Security. It's not going bankrupt. Don't feed Republican framing on the issue.
The wealthy began to pay their fair share by increasing from 1%.
Okay, taxing the rich,
real.
Distractions are. Thank you so much.
And by the way,
2 seconds left.
I bet
Are there
that comment means he's going to condemn Hamas.
that would be able to help keep Social Security solvent, or is that one enough?
Well,
to keep Social Security solvent, I feel like the framing here.
The biggest thing I'll do.
It would be it's going to be insolvent in 10 years. It won't be bankrupt in 10 years.
Yes,
insolvent just means you can't meet your obligations.
Cut Social Security and Medicare.
And that's why the 17%.
Aiden Taylor, thank you so much.
What are bros yapping about? Where's the moderation?
Republican caucus that he
supports
is in fact want to cut it as well. The idea that we don't need to protect our seniors is ridiculous. And by the way, the American public has greater health care coverage today than ever before. And on the ACA, as I said, you're in a circumstance where 400,000 people, 40 million people would not have insurance because they have a pre-existing condition. Only thing that allows them to have that insurance is the fact that they, in fact, are part of the ACA. And by the way, the other thing is, we're in a situation where we talk about education for black communities. I've raised the amount of money for Pell Grants, another $8,000 for anybody making under
all of this is like good economic populism, but it's being delivered so poorly.
Like that's the fundamental issue underscoring this whole debate. Like,
Thank you,
especially when Biden mentioned, like, the student loans, that would help black Americans. Yes, inflation is hurting them. These are the things I've done that will try to help. Like, that's good. Just not coming from Biden.
I've never seen anybody lie like this guy. He lies. I've never seen it. He could look you in the face.
Pot kettle is crazy here.
So many other things, too. And we mentioned the laptop. We mentioned Russia, Ukraine. Everything he does is a lie. It's misinformation and disinformation. The losers and suckers story that he made up is a total
he went back
lie
to
on
it.
The military.
Don't bring it back up.
It's a disgrace.
Damn.
But Social Security, he's destroying it because millions of people are pouring into our country, and they're putting them onto Social Security.
All of these immigrants,
they're putting them in our hospitals.
Not only are the immigrants voting in our federal elections, they're also on Medicare, Medicaid, and they're withdrawing from Social Security. And you know what? They're getting unemployment on top. We gave them all Social Security numbers, too.
It's really coming
These
back.
These non-citizens are enrolled in Social Security.
As soon as you come across the border, no matter how old you are, if you're a non-citizen, you get to draw from Social Security.
And by the way, when I said suckers and losers, he acknowledged after that he fired that general. That general got fired.
Yeah, distractions are exactly. Proper moderation would have ensured we got actual answers on very important issues, climate change in Palestine. They let them just not. Like Palestine.
They were waffling.
Palestine, genuinely one of the biggest issues underscoring this election, especially for the 18 to 20 whatever fucking demographic. Like, especially for young people that Biden needs to turn out.
Yeah.
They just let them go.
We're doing better than any other nation in the world. And by the way, those 15 Nobel laureates he talked about being phony, those 15 Nobel laureates, economists, they all said that if Trump is reelected, we're likely to have a recession and inflation is going to increasingly go up. And by the way, worst president in history, 159 presidential scholars voted him the worst president in the history of the United States of America.
President Biden, thank you so much. Let's turn to the cost of child care, which many American families struggle to afford. President Trump, both you and President Biden
say you wanted the child tax credit.
But the average cost of child care in this country has risen to more than $11,000 a year per child. For many families, the cost of child care for 2 children is more than their rent. In your second term, what would you do to make child care more affordable?
Just to go back, the
general got fired
because he was no good.
Every time.
And if he said that, that's why he made it up. But we have 19 people that said I didn't say it, and they're very highly respected, much more so than
He's doing the same thing.
This has been he said, she said the whole time, except Trump is lying.
He never fired people.
$2.
I've never seen him fire anybody. I did fire a lot. I fired Comey because he was no good. I fired a lot of the top people at the FBI, drained the swamp. They were no good. Not easy to fire people. You'd pay a price for it, but they were no good. I inherited these people. I didn't put them there. I didn't put Comey there. He was no good.
Genuinely,
I fired
the
him.
more Trump
this guy hasn't fired anybody.
Gets into these questions and says, let me go back, I feel like the worse he looks.
Every military man that was involved
this shit is awful.
Afghanistan.
I'm fucking over.
The question was about childcare,
and I feel like that's genuinely.
He didn't fire. Did you fire anybody? Did you fire anybody that's on the border that's allowed us to have the worst border in the history of the world? Did anybody get fired
are
for
the number one
18
issues,
million
especially for the median middle America voter. I feel like it is
from
damn near
disrespectful
to them. Like they would perceive it as disrespectful that Trump refuses to talk about child care.
As you and I sit up here and waste a lot of time on this debate. This shouldn't be a debate. He is the worst president. He just said about me because I said it. But look, he's the worst president in the history of our country. He's destroyed our country. Now all of a sudden he's trying to get a little tough on the border.
I think he's getting under Trump's skin a little bit.
I think so too.
A nothing deal, and it reduced it a little bit.
Trump's waffling
a little bit, like this
Thank
much.
You, $4.99. Kings of avoiding the question at hand.
He wants open borders. He wants our country to either be
Bob
destroyed
and weave,
or
baby.
he wants to pick up those people as voters, and I don't think.
What? He said he wants to destroy the country or pick them up as voters and give them Social Security.
Well, every single voter, every single immigrant as they come over the border, because it's an open border, is given a ballot
and Social Security.
The ballot that they're given is the ticket to get into New York and every single border state, which is all 50.
Oh, and your pension and your wife, by the way.
And they can fuck your wife.
There's nothing beyond our capacity. We have the finest military in the history of the world.
Cooking.
The finest in the history of the world. No one thinks we're weak. No one wants to screw around with us.
This is not childcare.
Number one. Number two, the idea that we're talking about worst presidents.
Thank you, Sir Mac, $22, $10. These ancient golems need to be put in the retirement home. We need age and term limits. And then Beetlebugs with the $5.
Presidential
Bro cannot stop going back to old shit, just lying. Biden might be flopping, but at least he's actually answering some of the questions. Good Lord.
One through best to worst. They said he was the worst in all of American history. That's a fact.
Like, I'm stuck on the idea that childcare for 2 children costs more than rent, when rent prices are already exuberant.
That he is doing anything to deal with.
And we're not going to moderate.
He did for virtually nothing to childcare. We should significantly increase the childcare tax credit. We should significantly increase.
Explain what it is, though. People forgot. It's been 3 years.
Single parents to be able to go back to work. And we should encourage
the child tax credit. Legitimately transformative.
Yes.
Was it like $300 maximum per month?
Per kid, right?
Or something like that. Yeah, like it genuinely transformative. Explain that to people.
It cut child poverty in half.
Yes, overnight.
The moment the child tax credit went away, child poverty skyrocketed again.
Mm-hmm. Because of Republicans. And
genuinely good.
Pin that on Trump.
And if I'm given another 4 years, I will be the best. I think I'll be the best. Nobody's ever created an economy like us.
He was asked about
Nobody
childcare
ever
again,
cut taxes like us. He's the only one I know. He wants to raise your taxes by 4 times. He wants to raise everybody's taxes by 4 times. He wants the Trump tax cuts to expire.
If I was president, daycare would pay you.
Including the two of you, are going to pay 4 to 5 times. Nobody ever heard of this before. All my life, I'd grow up and I'd see politicians talking about cutting taxes. When we cut taxes, as I said, we did more business. Apple and all these companies,
and Boom Chips for the 10. Amazing.
Money back into our country. The worst president in history by far, and everybody knows it.
President Biden?
Look, the fact of the matter is that he's dead wrong about. He's increased the tariff. He will increase the taxes on middle class people. I said I'd never raise a tax on anybody making less than $400,000. I didn't. But this tariff is 10% tariffs. Everything coming into the country. You know what the economists say? That's going to cost the average American $2,500 a year.
Real as hell.
That's crazy.
Real as hell.
I can't afford that.
I cannot afford that, literally.
And all the things that were important. Number two, he's in a situation where he
good.
talks about how he
That's
has
a good answer.
not raised. He's somehow helped the middle class. The middle class have been devastated by you. Now you want a new tax cut of $5 trillion over the next 10 years, which is going to fundamentally bankrupt the country. You had the largest deficit of any president in American history, number one. Number two, you have not, in fact, made any contact, any progress with China. We are the lowest trade deficit with China.
Thanks to Heretics, $5. These 3 crows are definitely human beings chugging vodka at this point.
Let's discuss
Also,
an
I can have
epidemic
mimosas.
impacting millions of Americans that both of you have made a top priority in your first term, the opioid crisis. And for both of you, the number of
I do want to say that
in this country
the tariff thing was a really good answer on Biden's
your
behalf.
term, it went up. Under your term, it has gone up. Former President Trump, despite the efforts that both of you have made, more than 100,000 Americans are dying from overdoses every year, primarily from fentanyl and other opioids. What will you do to help Americans right now in the throes of addiction who are struggling to get the treatment they need?
To finish up,
Stella oh my God.
Goddamn. I love you guys.
Free Palestine. That's right.
That's what I'm saying.
We have the largest deficit with China. He gets paid by China. He's a Manchurian candidate. He gets money from China. So I think he's afraid to deal with them or something. You notice he never took out my tariffs because we bring in so much money with the tariffs that I imposed on China. He never took them away. He can't because it's too much money.
Is that true? I don't think that's true.
We saved our steel industries.
I'm going to need a fact check on that one.
But he hasn't done that. But he hasn't cut the tariffs because he can't, because it's too much money. But he's got the largest deficit in the history of our country, and he's got the worst situation with China. China's going to own us if you keep allowing them to do what they're doing to us as a country. They are killing us as a country, Joe, and you can't let that happen. You're destroying our country.
This is about the opioid crisis.
So, President Trump, you have 67 seconds left. The question was, what are you going to do to help Americans in the throes of addiction right now who are struggling to get the treatment
just didn't
they
answer
need?
That's the first time he's done that.
Very well at addiction until the COVID came along. We had the 2.5, almost 3 years of like nobody's ever had before.
We were objectively not doing well.
Nobody was addicted to opioids until COVID came
tough,
along.
And it was the
and then when China made the virus.
They did not cut taxes on the companies that are poisoning Americans.
I'm only still here because I can sit on Bahamas. These two old men have no idea what child care even is.
We did a lot, and we were getting very low numbers.
Forgot to proclaim my condemnation of numbers. Thank you.
Then he came along. The numbers, have you seen the numbers now?
10 cents for every time
it's
they
not
don't
only
answer
the
a question.
18 million people that I believe is even low because the gotaways, they don't even talk about gotaways.
Andrew Muski says Trump's tariffs have not stopped, but not for the reason Trump says.
Nice. And human
Alexi
trafficking
Minanti with
in
another
women
10.
I'd
rather OD on Fent than listen to any more of his videos. I condemn Hamas.
At numbers that nobody's ever seen under him because the border's so bad. But the number of drugs coming across our border now is the largest we've ever had by far.
President Trump.
I'm looking at a chart right now. We were objectively not doing well on drug overdoses. 2020, of course, spiked it, but we were still all-time highs.
You can detect fentanyl. These big machines that roll over everything that comes across the border. And it costs a lot of money. That was part of this deal we put together, this bipartisan deal. More fentanyl machines, more be able to detect drugs, more numbers of agents, more numbers of all the people at the border. And when we had that deal done, he called his Republican colleagues, said, "Don't do it. It's going to hurt me politically." No, he never argued it's not a good bill. It's a really good bill. We need those machines. We need those machines. And we're coming down very hard in every country.
If Biden was smart, he would say, tell your people to vote for the bill tomorrow.
Mexico is working with us to make sure
if you want to fix the crisis.
Thank you, Chuck Cascade. I was really worried that you weren't going to condemn Hamas.
We need those machines.
Biden would say, tell your people to vote for the bill now. We can fix it together.
Americans,
but he's not going to do that. That's what the bill is for.
That's what he set himself up to be able to do.
Because this does pertain to it. He ended Remain in Mexico. He ended catch and release. I made it catch and release in Mexico, not catch and release here. We had so many things that we had done, hard negotiations with Mexico, and I got it all for nothing. It's just like when you have a hostage. We always pay $6 billion for a hostage. Every time we say it's a hostage.
What is he
now
talking
we have
about?
A hostage, a Wall Street Journal reporter. I think a good guy. And he's over there because Putin is laughing at this guy, probably asking for billions of dollars.
Talk about how he let Jamal Khashoggi be executed by the Saudis.
And then said,
very quickly, as soon as I take office, before I take office, I said, by literally, as soon as I win the election,
won't say that, though.
I will have that reporter out. He should have had him out a long time ago.
Because that's bad for business.
Because this guy pays it every time. We had 2 cases where we paid $6 billion for 5 people. I got 58 people out, and I paid essentially nothing.
Slaying Cheetah 999.
Thank you, President
I have
Trump.
no idea what he's talking about.
This debate is wild. Thankfully, I'm watching 2 lovely lads make it enjoyable with my girlfriend. Also, free Palestine. Also, can you congratulate Josiah and Rachel on their 2-year anniversary? I absolutely can. Congratulations, Josiah and Rachel, on your 2-year anniversary.
Capability to handle the toughest job in the
question,
world.
Age question. Spam it in the chat. Age question.
First of all,
age question.
I spent half my career being criticized being the youngest person in politics. I was the second youngest person ever elected to the United States Senate.
But that's cool.
And now I'm the oldest.
That's not cool.
I'm a lot less competent. I think that just look at the record. Look at what I've done. Look how I've turned around the horrible situation he left me. As I said, 15 million new jobs, 800,000 manufacturing jobs, more investment in America, over billions of dollars in private investment in enterprises that we are growing. By the way, we brought an awful lot of people. The whole idea of computer chips. We used to have 40% of the market. We invented those chips.
Yes.
And we lost it because he was sending people to find the cheapest jobs overseas and to bring home a product.
Deindustrialization.
So
Say capital flight.
I went to South
Economic
Korea.
alienation.
Please
Quote
do.
Marx.
Drop capital flight.
Quote Noam Chomsky right now.
Guess what? Those fabs, they call them, to build these chips, those fabs pay over $100,000. You don't need a college degree for them. And there's billions, about $40 billion already being invested and being built right now in the United States, creating significant jobs for Americans from all over the world.
President Biden, you have 40 seconds left. Would you like to add anything?
Yeah, I would. The idea
Matter of
that
fact, I would.
somehow we are this failing country. I never heard a president talk like this before. We're the envy of the world. Like, name me a single major country president who wouldn't trade places with the United States of America for all our problems and all our opportunities. We're the most progressive country in the world in getting things done. We're the strongest country in the world. We're a country in the world who keeps our word, and everybody trusts us, all of our allies,
except they didn't when Trump was in office.
Yes. From Kim Jong-un, we sent love letters to, and Putin, etc. They don't want to screw around with us.
Thank you.
I guess.
Former
better,
President Trump, to follow up, you would be 82 at the end of your second term. What do you say to voters who have concerns about your capabilities
Zombie
to serve?
anglerfish versus
Well, I took
Cookie
two
brother
tests,
caught in
cognitive
headlights.
tests. I aced them, both of them.
I aced them.
We made it public.
Administered by the doctor I pay.
A real easy one. Like, go through the first 5 questions.
My team tested me.
But I took 2 cognitive tests. I took physical exams every year. And, you know, we knock on wood wherever we may have wood, that I'm in very good health. I just won 2 club championships, not even seniors.
They let him win.
Not even
To do that,
senior.
you have to be quite smart, and you have to be able to hit the ball a long way.
quite
And I do it.
smart.
He can't hit a ball 50 yards. He challenged me to a golf match.
At
He can't
my
hit a ball
golf
50
course,
yards.
I won 2 club
I think I'm in very
championships.
good shape. I feel that I'm as in good a shape as I was.
Yeah, that really connects with the
25, 30
median
years ago.
voter.
Actually, I'm probably a little
I'm out
bit
here
lighter,
winning golf
but I'm in
championships. You're struggling to
as
pay
good a shape
rent.
as I was years ago. I feel very good. I feel the same. But I was willing to take a cognitive test. And you know what? If I didn't do well, I aced Dr. Ronnie Jackson, who's a great guy when he was White House doctor. And then I took another one, a similar one. And one of them said they've never seen anybody ace him.
Thank you.
I'm literally the smartest
You can
person.
see he is 6'5" and only 223 pounds, or 235 pounds.
Call him
Well, you said 6'4", 200.
We can hear him.
Well, anyway, that's what you're. Anyway, just take a look at what
That's
he
not the
says
bingo
he is.
card.
Take a look at what he is.
Well, anyway.
Look, I'd be happy to have a driving contest with him. The reason
What
I got my handicap.
What was he
which
getting
when I
at with
was
that? Is he
vice
trying to call
president,
Trump scrawny?
Down to a 6.
Like unhealthy.
But by the way, I told you before, I'm happy to play golf with you if you carry your own bag. Think you can do it?
That's the biggest lie. He's a 6 handicap of all.
I was at 8 handicap.
They're arguing about golf.
You know how many,
I've seen you swing. I know you swing.
Oh my God!
President Trump, we're going to
21
turn
Let's not act like children.
You
to
are
a
a child.
specific concern that voters have about you.
That was an old man
Will you
moment from
pledge
both of them.
tonight that all legal challenges
No, I
have
golf
been
better.
exhausted,
I golf
and
better.
you will
No, you're an 8
accept
handicap.
the results
I don't
of
even
this
know what that
election,
means.
regardless of who wins.
That's how in
And
touch I am.
You will say right now that
he
political
this is-
violence
this
in
is
any
big.
form is unacceptable.
Well, I shouldn't have to say that, but of course I believe that. It's totally unacceptable.
Okay.
And if you would see my statements that I made on Twitter at the time, and also my statement that I made in the Rose Garden, you would say it's one of the strongest statements you've ever seen. In addition to the speech I made,
Strongest
in front of, I
statement
believe,
ever, but the
crowd
strongest
I've ever
guy.
spoken to, and I will
aced
tell
the
you,
test. No one else
nobody ever
has.
talks about that.
No
They
one
talk
else is
about
acing these, the
a
doctor will tell
relatively
you.
small number of people that went to the Capitol, and in many cases were ushered in by the police. And as Nancy Pelosi said, it was her responsibility, not mine. She said that loud and clear. But the answer is, if the election is fair, free, and I want that more than anybody. And I'll tell you something. I wish he was a great president, because I wouldn't be here right now. I'd be at one of my many places enjoying myself. I wouldn't be under indictment.
They're
because I
having a
wouldn't have been
mid-off.
political appointment, you know,
Thank you,
opponent,
Megan, for the $2.
Because he indicted me because I was his opponent. I wish he was a great president. I would rather have that. I wouldn't be here. I don't mind being here. But the only reason I'm here is he's so bad as a president that I'm going to make America great again. We're going
What
to make
is he
America
saying?
great again.
He's
We're a
acting like
failing
he's
nation
dropped that
right
for the
now. We're a
first time.
seriously nation. And we're a failing nation because of him. His policies are so bad. His military policies are insane. They're insane.
What are
These
they?
are wars that will never end with him. He will drive us into World War
What
III. And we're
wars?
closer to World War III than anybody can imagine. We are very, very close to World War III, and he's driving us
Just
there.
World
and
War
Kim
III
Jong-un
posting.
and
That's good.
President Xi of China, Kim Jong-un of North Korea, all of these, Putin, they don't respect him. They don't fear him. They have nothing going with this gentleman,
World War
and he's
III.
going to
I'm
drive us into
stopping it
World
the day
War
I become
III.
president-elect.
You want a World War III, let him follow and win, and let Putin say, do what you want, NATO. Just
Okay.
do what you want. There's a thing called Article 5. An attack on one is attack on all and required response. The idea, I can't think of a single major leader in the world who wouldn't trade places with the job I've done and what they've done.
What?
Because we are a powerful nation. We have wonderful peace. Because of people, not me, it's because of the American people. They're capable of anything, and they step up when they're needed.
Thank you, Nut Mode.
Right now,
2.5K by the end. That's
we're
what I'm
needed
saying.
to protect the world because our own safety is at stake.
Let's
and
get
again,
there.
You want to have a war, just let Putin go ahead and take Kyiv, make sure they move on, see what happens in Poland,
thank you,
Hungary,
Veronica.
and
That
other
was very
places
nice.
along that border. Then you have a war.
President Trump, as I come back to you for a follow-up, the question was, will you accept the results of this election, regardless of who wins?
Just to finish what he said.
Oh my God, brother, stop.
They took a lot of land from Bush.
Cut his mic and say no,
They
answer the
took
question.
a lot of land from Obama and Biden.
Obama?
They took no land, nothing from Trump, nothing. He
Because you
knew
let them
not
get
to
whatever
do
they
it.
want.
Yeah.
He's not going to play games with me. He knew that. I got along with him very well, but he knew not to play games. He took nothing from me. But now he's going to take
There was
the
an
whole
8-year
thing
pause in
from
taking
this
land.
man.
So
That's a war that should have never started. It would have never
CNN
started.
stream
ever.
sucks. It keeps stuttering.
Yeah, it does.
It's really annoying me.
And he's
Thank you,
going to
Emily,
take you.
Yeah, post-debate chat, yes.
Of
And,
course.
you know, you asked me
know
a
we got to
question before,
summarize our
would you do
thoughts.
this? He's got us in such a bad position right now with Ukraine and Russia because Ukraine's not winning that war. He said, I will never settle until such time. They're running out of people.
Look, he
They're running
cooked
out of
his dumb
soldiers.
ass.
They've lost so many people. It's so sad. They've lost so many people, and they've lost those gorgeous cities.
And what,
with the
Trump would've just had
golden
them roll
domes that are
over?
1,000
Yeah.
years old, all because
Well,
of
Trump
him
would've said
and
no.
stupid
Yeah.
decisions. Russia would have never attacked if I were
President Trump,
president.
the
He would've
question
busted
was,
out
will
Kurt's
you
speech.
accept the results of the election?
This is true.
Regardless of who wins, yes or no, please.
If
you,
it's a
distractions
fair and legal and good election, absolutely.
Which it won't be in his
I
mind.
would have much
President Trump,
rather
the question was
accepted
super
these. But the fraud and everything else was ridiculous.
So no.
And if you want, we'll have a news conference on it in a week, or we'll have another one of these in a week. But I
What
will
is he saying?
I don't
absolutely.
know.
There's nothing I'd
Old man.
rather do. It would be much easier for me to do that.
Southern left is $3.
Then
Donald the Waffler
running
Trump.
again. I wasn't
Casual
really
King,
going to
$2.
run
The moderation
until
on
I
this is a
saw the
freaking
horrible
joke.
job he did.
Yep.
He's destroying our country. I would be very happy to be someplace else, in a nice location someplace. And again,
He could be.
no
He could just
indictments, no political
maybe he
opponent
can't now.
stuff, because it's the only way he thinks he can win. But unfortunately, it's driven up my numbers and driven them up to a very high level because the people understand it.
A jury of
Let's
his
see
peers
what your
indicted
numbers
him.
are when this election is over. Let's see. You're a whiner. When you lost the first time,
Okay.
you continued, you appealed and appealed to courts all
Killing.
across the country. Not one single court in America
It's like
said
his
any of your
facelift is
claims had
falling
any
down.
merit, state or local, none. But you continue to provoke this lie about
Yeah, bring up the
all this
11,000 votes from Georgia.
misrepresentation, all this stealing. There is no evidence.
That's the most
of that at
damning
all.
piece of evidence.
And I'll
Find
tell you
me
what,
13,781
I doubt you'll
votes
accept it
or
because you're
something
such a whiner.
like that.
The idea, if you lose again, you accepting anything, you can't stand the loss. Something snapped in you.
I'd
when you
rather
lost
be
last time.
golfing right now.
We'll be right back
Jesus
with
Christ.
more
Right
from
back.
the CNN presidential debate.
Trump needs to
live
have one of those
from
ironic T-shirts that you find in tourist towns, like Mackinac City. You know what I'm talking about?
Jeez, they said this was only going to be an hour and a half. It's already 10:30, folks.
Yeah, this is Yap session. Forget my condemnation of Hamas. Oh my gosh, of course, always.
Okay.
I gotta go pee while we
All right,
wait.
yeah,
Hold on
go
the fort.
crazy. Oh boy, what do you guys think? How you think it's going? We're currently at 2.4K. That's $2,400 that we've raised so far for PCRF. Again, all the proceeds of the stream are going to PCRF, Palestine Children Relief Fund. Really good organization, and you guys have. I'm really impressed with what we've done so far. Can't thank you guys enough. But who do we think is winning the debate right now? I think Biden had a better section there than last time. He was really struggling to get going in the beginning for like the first 20 or 30 minutes, but I think Biden's doing a little bit better. But he still sounds very monotone, and he still just. It's not very compelling to me, but you know, as somebody who pays attention to politics so much, maybe it makes more sense to the average voter, or maybe it's hitting a little bit hard for like the layman. I don't know. This debate is painful. That's right, Colton Mooberry. Feeling hopeless right now. I understand. At the very least, we can rest assured knowing that a Biden presidency is more than just him. You know, it's the people that he appoints in his administration. It's his NLRB. It's the people he appoints to federal justice positions and stuff. CNN lost. Yeah, the moderation is just irredeemably bad. The moderation is crazy.
Genuinely, Fox News moderation might be better.
Thank you, Matt G. Got to bounce, but wanted to leave some good vibes.
Oh, excellent. Thank you for showing up.
RFK 2024. RFK is worse than Joe Biden.
Very true.
On Israel, on most other issues.
Somehow.
RFK is more of a Zionist than Joe Biden is, and that's tough. That's a tough beat.
I'm dumbfounded, guys. I'm bewildered. They can't stay on top. It's like
Trump. Biden's done a good job this last segment of framing Trump as a whiner. He said whiner a couple of times, and I think that's really getting under Trump's skin. Also, the golf argument was just so fucking stupid. But it's like I think he's doing a better job. I just don't know if like you said earlier, debates are for moments, you know.
Yeah.
And I don't know that we're really getting that many good Biden moments. We're getting some bad Trump moments, which could be good for like Biden attack ads later on, which I think they'll probably be used for. But it's just he's a bad deliverer of the message.
Thank you, Emily. Condemn Hamas? Yes, of course. I gauge condemn Hamas.
Yeah.
Thank you for the $9.99.
And
Fox News debate would go crazy.
We've been telling Biden and the Democrats for so long, like, compare Trump to Hitler because he says Hitler things.
And he did it.
And Biden did it, and I got to give him his flowers for that. But holy moly, it doesn't work when it's Joe Biden saying it. Oh, man.
Probably feels better for politic-heavy crowd because you just have to make the leap from what Biden is saying to the actual policies.
Yes,
That's very true. It's like I can't see a person who only tunes into politics for election year just to watch the debates and the big highlights, actually understanding what Biden's trying to do here or being able to piece together what he's trying to do. I'm not saying that he's doing anything absolutely crazy intelligent.
Yeah.
But it's you got to listen real hard to figure out what he means. And also, Christy Beck, thank you for the 317, 2,500 on the dot.
Yeah.
And Swaggy for Life in Diaz, $50.
Yeah, you guys are cooking with these donations. It's all going to a good cause. Very proud of the community here. Small community, but tight-knit and
exactly
efficient, apparently.
100%. 100%. Honestly, I feel like the golf discourse is going to land harder than anything else with a very specific
here we go.
Section of people.
We're going to begin with
small business
President
owners.
Biden, you have 2 minutes.
I don't know what the question was.
Are these closing statements?
We've made significant progress
from
the debacle that was left.
Thank you, Meredith.
Why the stream keeps getting off sync?
It's everything you wished for. Your site traffic is skyrocketing.
Did we really just get it?
Until this happened.
In this debate.
Thank you so much, Meredith. Nice for $19.99.
All right, let's lock in.
The fact is that I said nobody even making under $400,000 had a single penny increase in their taxes and will not. And if I'm reelected, that'll be the case again. But
thank you, Jamie.
This guy has increased your taxes because of the deficit.
I love you too.
Number one, he's increased inflation because of the debacle he left.
What the hell was that music? CNN sucks at live streaming.
He finds himself in a position where he now wants to tax you more by putting a 10% tariff on everything that comes into the United States of America.
Real.
What I did, for example, he wants to get rid of the ability of Medicare to
negotiate.
The ability for us to be able to negotiate drug prices.
Oh, he got there. He got there eventually.
Took a little bit.
Guess what?
You know what?
We got it.
Maybe it's good he didn't have the final say.
$35.
Maybe they knew this would happen, and this is why they chose to let Trump have final word.
For every senior, no matter how much prescription they need. You know what that did? That reduced the federal debt by $160 billion over 10 years.
He needs to always explain why the 10% tariff is bad. Because 10% tariff sounds good if you don't like China, if you're a China bad person. But explaining that's going to make
everything more expensive.
Get rid of that.
That's what matters.
We're going to make sure that we have child care. We're going to significantly increase the credit people have for child care. I'm going to make sure we do something about what we're doing on lead pipes and all the things that are causing health problems for people across the country.
Thank you,
We're going to continue to fight to bring down inflation.
I would also rather have
people
the
a break.
Hall of Presidents.
Thank you, President Biden. President Trump, you now have 2 minutes for your closing statement.
I also condemn Hamas.
Like so many politicians, this man is just a complainer. He said, we want to do this, we want to do that.
He's getting them.
Get rid of this tax, that tax. But he doesn't do anything. All he does is make our country unsafe by allowing millions
the slow
and
zoom
millions
is crazy.
of people to pour in. Our military doesn't
Biden
respect
him.
We look like fools in Afghanistan.
I don't think so.
We didn't stop Israel, it was such a horrible thing that would have never happened. It should have never happened.
didn't stop
Iran
Israel?
was broke. Anybody that did business with Iran, including China, they couldn't do business with the United States. They all passed. Iran was broke. They had no money for Hamas or Hezbollah, for terror, no money whatsoever.
Straight up not true.
Again, Ukraine should have never happened. He talks about all this stuff, but he didn't do it. For 3.5 years, we're living in hell. We have the Palestinians and we have everybody else rioting all over the place. You talk about Charlottesville. This is 100 times Charlottesville, 1,000 times. The whole country
Nazis are marching across the country.
Because they don't respect you. And they have to respect their president. And they don't respect you throughout the world. What we did was incredible. We
biggest thing
rebuilt
liberals
the
talked
military.
about was how
the
nobody
largest
respects
tax cut
Trump.
in history, the largest regulation
Republicans
cut
don't
in
even
history.
pretend to
The
respect
reason
Trump.
he's got jobs is because I cut the regulations that gave jobs. But
Thank
he's
you,
putting a lot
NBDY,
of
for the
those
$2
regulations back
golf
on.
store argument
All
while
of
people
the
can't pay
things that
rent.
we've
I'm
done,
saying.
nobody's ever
My children
never
can
seen
never
We have
anything.
record
Even
low
from a
unemployment
medical
right now.
standpoint, right to try.
$4.99.
Well, we can try space-age materials instead of going to Asia or going to Europe and trying to get when you're
I don't like how he
terminally ill.
said Asia.
Now you can go and you can get something. You sign a document. They've been trying to get it for 42 years. But you know what we did for the military was incredible. Choice for our soldiers, where our soldiers, instead of waiting for 3 months to see a doctor, can go out and get themselves fixed up and readied up and take care of themselves, and they're living. And that's why I had the highest approval rating in the history of the VA. So all of these
Thank you,
things, we're in a
Catherine, for the
failing
$20.
nation.
Yes, we
but
are
it's
living
not
in
gonna
hell.
be failing
Catherine,
anymore.
you're the
We're gonna
GOAT.
make it great again.
Thank you, former President Trump.
Trump is spewing
President
lies with
Biden.
energy. That's
Stay
true.
with us because we have
Stay with
full
us.
analysis of this debate.
No,
It
I'm
is
not-
Cooper and Aaron Burnett.
Thank you for the $20. Your
now.
laughs are so contagious and make the mess slightly more bearable. Thank you, thank you, thank you. And yes, I condemn Hamas.
Holy fuck, that was
Me too.
rough.
Yeah.
Oh my God.
Their analysis doesn't matter. It's all about ours. Justin, great. $10. Thank you. The longer this goes, the more Trump goes crazy. I condemn Hamas. Thank you.
All right, guys, drop in chat who you think won.
I can't even. I don't even think I could put a name out there for who I think performed better. I mean, maybe it's Trump, I guess, but like,
That is
make
so
black
rough.
jobs great again or something.
Yeah,
I'm saying
the black
man.
jobs, calling Joe Biden a Palestinian, the mocking him, the mocking voice.
Calling Joe Biden a Palestinian, that's got to be number one for me.
That's a top tier moment. That's a top tier moment from any debate that we've watched so far. Calling Joe Biden you're damn near. He didn't say damn near, but you're basically a Palestinian.
And didn't he say a weak one too? Like,
Yeah,
like
he said they don't like him. He's a weak one.
like. You give me 5 hours to cook up a bingo card. I'm never. Somebody puts in the chat, "Oh, Trump's gonna call Joe Biden a Palestinian." I'm banning you.
Yeah,
I'm banning you. Like that's not.
that's so crazy.
Fuck.
I love it so much.
The golf argument, also insane.
Our first Palestinian president.
Sayatollah Biden for our first president. Thank you for the $9.99.
Oh man. No, PCRF won. Yeah, that's right,
This
Adam.
is true.
PCRF absolutely won this debate.
I don't even think I can say we won. that was painful. And Trump has a black friend, Tim Scott. That's true. I feel like people are missing this.
Oh man, oh
Thank
man.
God it's over. Emma1234, thank you for the $9.99. Casual King, $2. Thank you. The crowd won because they didn't have to be there. I agree.
Yeah, we appreciate you all for coming out. We had like 400 people concurrent. That's pretty good.
Oh, yeah, normal, $5.
Especially for a
Appreciate the
debate.
no coverage.
That debate was a tough watch. I'll admit it. I don't even. I'm struggling to have like takes off rip. Honestly, it's just it's tough to like imagine how, on the whole, this looks good for Biden. Again, the only redeemable thing I think you get from this is that there's some bad Trump moments that you can clip up and put into commercials.
You can clip Trump saying everyone wanted Roe gone. And there's one other that I can't say. That's the one I got off Dome, though.
Trump like took responsibility for Roe. There was a moment where he said, "I appointed the justices and they
Yes.
got rid of it," and that was a really bad look for Donald Trump. There's a bunch of moments where he's just kind of acting childish. The Gulf back and forth was really funny.
But
it's just
that is riling up a section of small business owners.
Christy Beck, thank you so much for keeping track in the chat. That was
a
was
real
great.
unsung hero right there.
Yeah.
Retro Mando, thank you for the $10. I condemn Hamas and they condemn me. Hated this truly hard.
This was worse than the 2020 debate in terms of like content. Certainly, the 2020 debate was a lot of them yelling at each other. They had much more energy back then.
Yeah, and that was fun.
But this was probably more substantive because Biden actually got to talk about policy a little bit more. He wasn't interrupted by Trump every 3 seconds like in the first one, but Trump was pretty disciplined, at least for the first half.
But it's also like, I think when Biden did bring up policy, he cooked.
Yeah.
He cooked. I got to say, he did cook with some of his answers. However, if there's no one to eat the meal, it doesn't matter.
Yeah, and it's like CNN did an astonishingly bad job at moderating. Also, the live stream sucked. It kept stuttering. That was annoying me.
And Alex Houston, thank you for the $2. Still need to leave a 5-star review, but here's $2. You do need a 5-star review. Megan, thank you for the 10. Got to bounce, but love the commentary from my favorite white boys, and thank you for making the foray and hell, brother. Better. What can we say?
DD Benton, thank you for the 5. Thank you so much for the stream. Genuinely couldn't handle it without your guys' commentary.
You know, Eagles. That genuinely means a lot, because I feel like I was struggling to add some stuff.
Yeah.
Boys, I've been in Hassan's stream, but Biden is so cooked. Why not hit O stream?
Yeah, why not hit O stream? What's Hassan offer that we don't?
I'm saying Pepperboth $4.99. I think the winner is anyone who didn't watch. I agree.
I wonder how RFK's stream went.
We'll definitely have to cover that on this week's show.
Yeah. Oh, God, the moderation was so bad. They just let Trump get away with. Let me go back to the thing you asked 5 minutes ago.
Yeah, and it's like, I was honestly, like, worried.
Oh, yeah, Biden was making up what happened at Charlottesville.
That's true.
That's so funny.
I also didn't have sex with the porn star. Undisputed.
That is,
undisputed.
Yeah.
God damn. That was incredibly depressing. Like, man, oh God, what the fuck was I even saying? I didn't expect them. I was frankly fearful for how they were going to comment on Israel-Palestine and what they were going to say. I thought there was a genuine chance for Trump to lie and flank Joe from the left on something. But calling him a Palestinian was bonkers. Calling him a Palestinian and then not answering any questions. Insane.
Oh, man, we didn't get any, like, inshallah moment. You remember that from 2020?
Oh, my God, yes.
If you guys don't remember, there was a moment where Joe Biden in the 2020 debate was hammering Trump on releasing his tax return. And Trump said, I'm going to release it. And Biden said, when? Inshallah?
That was so good. That was so good.
That's why he won Michigan.
Alex Binati, thank you for the $5. Thanks, guys, for the pay.
Yeah, we didn't get anything like that. The moderation was really bad. And I think the moderation, like, CNN, we've been talking about for a long time how CNN has been trying to be more centrist.
Yeah.
And left. They want to sort of shed their...
Like, the last 2 years, they're trying to shed the Communist News Network thing.
Yeah, they want to shed the label that they're, like, liberal bias. But the issue is, when you're moderating a debate or when you're covering a sensitive news topic, if you don't push back or if you leave out certain details to try to maintain a center position, that is malpractice. Like, you're missing important points because sometimes there is a side of the issue that is objectively correct.
Yes.
And if you're not going to push back, like on the January 6th stuff, or you're going to let Trump get away with just not answering the question, then you're not being a good moderator. You're missing out.
God damn, Grace Felty, thank you.
You're doing a disservice to the people that are watching the debate.
Rip to future America. I agree. But yeah, it's like this.
Qasim Salami was good.
Al Baghdadi. There's like, yeah, what Jeremy's saying. There's a concept in journalism where it's like you like, I remember that AP was getting in trouble for this 3 years ago when we did our first like real coverage on something that happened in Israel. Related to Israel-Palestine. It was about the Al-Aqsa Mosque. And the AP had come under fire for just how they were trying so hard to come off as neutral on the conflict that they were obfuscating the obvious bad things that were happening to Palestinians.
Yeah, for example, it's like, if we want a more recent example, it's like what I've been seeing with coverage of Jamal Bowman's race.
Yes.
They're all just saying it's the most expensive race in U.S. history for a primary. It's like, well... It wasn't equal though.
Yeah.
And it was the most expensive because AIPAC dumped $20 million on the race to get Joe Biden or Jamal Bowman kicked out. Like, what are we doing?
Yeah, it was the most expensive race, and that is significant. But it is significant because what the fuck is his name? AIPAC outspent Jamal Bowman 5-1.
Yeah.
George Latimer outspent Jamal Bowman 5-1 in the most expensive race ever. That's crazy. That's the money from one interest group winning the thing.
Gage's shirt is not on the Hiddo site. This is not a Hiddo thing. That's JJK on him.
What can I say? That's my boy Yuji and Chozo, and it's the Culling Games crew.
This shirt is on the site though,
and that shirt's so is his hat. It's green like money.
It's
green like money. You know what I'm saying? I just like. I can't get over the Palestine thing.
Joe Biden's he's almost a Palestinian.
It's such a huge issue. Like, I understand that Palestine isn't galvanizing the median voter. It's not galvanizing like white women in the suburbs. You know what I mean? Right. But it's huge. every outlet is covering it all the time. You can't get away from coverage from it, rightfully so, because it's that big of a deal. God damn. And they just don't do anything. Like, they just don't speak on it at all. Maybe that's better, though. Maybe that's a good thing.
Yeah, if you try to maintain neutrality in literally everything, especially during a debate, it's going to bias the side that's lying.
Yes.
Because if they're lying, then they get away with it because you're trying to occupy a middle space between literally lying and telling the truth.
Uh-huh. Casual King, you do need to watch JJK. Do it right after
Anime
this.
shirt of Jeremy Engage. Find us an artist.
Yeah, I'm
Find us
saying.
an artist.
Yeah. That'd actually be kind of sick. Christy Bacon, like, that'd be kind of gas.
Yeah, calling Joe Biden a Palestinian is like, is so disrespectful in so many ways. Like the Palestinians, right? Palestinians in Gaza are suffering right now because of Joe Biden, and Trump's like big answer is to call Joe Biden a Palestinian because he's apparently being weak on Gaza and not helping Israel enough. That's so crazy.
And yeah, there is a glossing over of the fact that Trump's answer to Israel-Palestine is to let Israel do whatever they want, is to tell Israel to go unfettered.
It's crazy. Oh boy.
And that's why we did the fundraiser.
Yeah, that's why. That's exactly why we wanted to use the publicity of this event to raise money for people that are suffering right now because of policies that are spearheaded by these two guys.
Golly. And yes, Abigail, that is literally how the Overton window gets shifted right. It's through journalists just refusing to actually fact check, refusing to cover stories as they are. Golly.
Dads love it.
They do.
Head in the office, dads love it.
They do. This isn't my saying.
Dads do love it. That's been in many reviews. My dad needs to listen to this. That's what everyone tells me in many such cases.
I'm saying many such cases.
The fact that Trump would just, like, we know Trump's a liar. You know, that's not news. But the fact that Trump will just be like, I didn't have sex with a porn star.
Crazy.
Or he would just like directly lie. It's so good.
Infinity Dev, thank you for the $9.99. If one of the presidential candidates isn't allowed to spew hateful rhetoric to not answer a question asked 3 questions ago, can we really say we're free?
That's freedom.
You're right. You know what? Freedom is when you can dodge accountability.
Mm-hmm.
And that's my version of freedom, frankly.
Keep it going with an Elden Ring live stream.
That'd actually be gas.
Dads love Hitto.
They do.
Dads love Hitto.
Man, I didn't love that debate though.
Yeah, no, that was rough. I don't see a clear winner, honestly. Joe Biden started off very old when he said we beat Medicare. That was rough. During the commercial break, he must have taken an extra something to keep him going. Trump also came out low energy, though. I think they might have put him on a depressant.
I think they put him on the stimulants too early, and they were crashing. CNN pulling a why left.
Yeah, he took it at like 6 o'clock.
Yeah. CNN is pulling a why left the left cliff with a $1.99 donation. Golly. And you know it's working for them. You know this isn't good news for you guys in my eventual why I left the left arc.
Mm-hmm.
I'm watching it work in real time.
Yeah, if you want an example of good moderators, go watch the Lauren Boebert primary race debate. They
genuinely phenomenal.
The best moderators I've ever seen.
They did not let them get away with dodging questions. And they one of the moderators looked at Lauren Boebert and was like, okay, but like, what do you want to say about the Beetlejuice incident?
Yeah.
What do you want to say about when you groped a guy in a children's play?
Or they would say like, okay, you didn't answer the question, moving on.
Yeah.
You're like,
and then he's like, and then you had your time, moving on.
Like CNN is so afraid to seem biased that they're being biased in the other direction by letting Trump just get away with whatever he wants.
God, man. I need him to play Subway Surfer at the bottom. God damn.
Ran laps around Biden. Rhetorically, maybe, but like substantively, we know Biden's policies are better. Like, obviously, we know Biden's policies are better.
Biden's answers were better, but yeah, rhetorically, Trump looks so much better. He looks and feels more youthful. Like, I hate to say it, but after this, Biden is not beating the unfit for office allegations. Biden is not beating a vote for Biden is literally a vote for Kamala Harris. And we know how much people don't like her.
Man, I wish the DNC in July would just like run a different person.
I low-key love engaged to the golly.
Golly.
This is
Good golly. Oh, man.
Yeah, the DNC is going to suck. The RNC is going to be gas, though. Like, what?
Trump's eyes were bagging. Biden was drooling. There were some moments where Biden just looked
he looked like he
uncanny.
was decaying.
Uncanny.
Like, he looked like I finally figured it out in my head. It's not All Might. It's not Shigaraki. He looks like Stain. Like like in season 5 when he got released from the prison. You see his mouth? He looks like Stain. all decrepit and shit.
They both look insane, and I don't know how any reasonable person could look at this and like be hyped about either of them.
No, if any, like the point of these things is to get clips to be able to galvanize voters. I feel like the opposite happened after this debate.
I'm saying the only thing that the liberal camp got out of this is that they can clip Trump saying crazy stuff like the abortion thing, or like the stuff with taxes, like whatever. But
it's like I feel like conservatives got so much more when it comes to shitting on Biden. I feel like there's an argument to be made that the idea that Biden is old is already saturated in some voters' minds. So maybe they can keep hammering it and won't really do much more to actually have a material effect on the election. But I don't know. I don't know. The polling on this one is going to be very interesting, to say the least.
And it's like it's making our jobs infinitely harder, you know?
Yeah.
I don't even mean that like jokingly how we talk about it sometimes, but it's like the Biden team will look to people on TikTok, people on YouTube, especially younger people, to sell their message. And a lot of younger people don't want Donald Trump to win, but it's so much harder to advocate for you when you look like this and when you believe horrible things about Israel, for example.
Yeah, and it's like all Biden had to do when Trump called him a Palestinian is just say, yo, that's crazy. It's to say, okay, and what's wrong with that? Like you say that and you're chilling.
Yeah.
Like that's, oh my God.
Crazy to say Joe Biden's a Palestinian. Insanity. Best moment from the debate, perhaps.
I don't think we're topping that one.
Or when Trump said Charlottesville was fake, he made it up.
It's Joe Biden is a Palestinian. Charlottesville was fake. Here's a list of people that are fake that said I never said that.
Yeah, I overturned Roe versus Wade.
Yeah, I overturned Roe versus Wade, and I did not have sex with a porn star.
I can't stress like how you cannot say that you didn't do that.
Like there's gotta be an aspect of it that like him saying that poisoned the well for the other things, right? Like there's got to be some people that say like, no, but like he did that though. And
he literally did
lie
that.
about this.
It
what
is
else
undeniable, indisputable fact that he did. That wasn't what the court case was about.
Yeah,
like the court case was not about did he have sex with Stormy Daniels. He did, unambiguously he did. Like there's no denying that. I don't.
What did he pay the hush money for? If he didn't,
exactly. Yeah, he admits to having paid her money. Even people on the right will be like, yeah, he paid her money. It's undisputable that he did this. Like I don't know how he can deny it.
God, I don't even think it was undisputable that he like kind of did the fraud. I think what right wingers were doing is like, yeah, but it's like fine though.
Yeah.
Like God, land. Fish with the sick. Thank you for the $10.
Yeah,
Free Palestine.
Free Palestine.
Man,
I beat Medicare.
And
Trump's response was good. Like, yeah, you did beat Medicare and Social Security and Medicaid. You beat it up, that kind of thing.
That was probably one of, if not his best, like actual genuine retorts to like a thing.
Did we get a bingo? Was anyone keeping track?
Oh, I don't know. You know what I want somebody to have kept track of? How many times Trump didn't answer a question? That's I need that ratio.
Let me peep the Discord. We might have a completed bingo card in here somewhere.
Golly, man.
Let me see if I can find.
Charlottesville wasn't real.
We got people creating their own bingo cards. That seems blasphemous.
I never said there were fine people on both sides, as I literally said it on video. That line is literally sampled in a fucking X song. Like, oh my God, man.
Yeah, so it's funny.
I wish I could lie so shamelessly. Like, I really do. Like, it's a skill at that point. A wicked tongue, dare I say.
Here, let me
I'd be mid. Oh my goodness.
Hold up.
Mason Hall, $50? That's insane, y'all. Silver O'Toole is $10. Now we are cooked with this one. I agree. I totally agree.
I guess I'll open this in browser. Oh my God, it's
whatever
it's
the opposite of galvanize is, and that's what this did. There's already a significant portion of people who are not going to vote, a significant portion of young people who don't want to vote in this upcoming election for reasons. You know what I mean? This is just going to make it all worse. We did get bingo.
Yeah.
I guess NRO was free.
Convicted felon, free space. Trump did bash Obama a little bit. We got that a little bit, and I do think that counts.
Man.
Yeah, it's bad. $2,800 to PCRF. You guys are sick, guys. Nuts.
That's pretty cool. Can we make it 3 before we leave?
Yeah, anyone got $200?
Can we make it 3 before we leave?
Anyone got $200?
My.
Yeah, that's crazy. Almost $3,000. I did not expect to get anywhere. I actually made it. Yeah, like you said, maybe to break 1,000 before the end of the night.
Yeah, That's
almost 3,000 is wild.
Absolutely shattered my expectations, guys.
You guys are great.
Opposite of galvanize, demotivate. It's late, guys. It's late.
Demotivate. Yeah.
that's true. Like, damn near, I don't want to go vote. Like, you're telling me. I'm gonna vote. I'm gonna vote, and I'm gonna advocate that you vote. Register to vote right now so we can get it out of the way. However, I'm gonna feel even worse about going to vote in November than I do now, especially if in Michigan, Alyssa Slotkin is on the ballot.
Oh my God!
You're telling me I have to vote for Joe Biden and Alyssa Slotkin?
And she just voted against something. She voted against the State Department using the Gaza Health Ministry numbers for death toll in Gaza. A bill was introduced in the Republican House that just passed. 62 Democrats voted for it.
Thank you.
And it was a bill to stop the State Department from using the Gaza Health Ministry numbers. And the person running for Senate in our state, the Democrat, one of the Democrats, Alyssa Slotkin, voted in favor.
Thank you, Pepper Pose.
Thank you, Pepper Pose.
I can try Free Palestine. We appreciate it.
It's just that's God, dog. Fucking centrist liberals think
3K push. I can info. Thank you, Rachel S.
The thing is, like, moderate liberals think that they're the ones that are going to defeat Donald Trump by like being moderate and appealing to the median voter, but they are the ones that are going to push enough people away from the polls that Trump wins because people don't want to vote. Mm-hmm. Like if you actually had strong convictions.
I did not have sex with that woman.
Yeah, Hill Harper for Senate, definitely. I don't know a ton about him, but he seems far more progressive. He's for universal health care and stuff like that. So,
and honestly, Alyssa Slotkin is just so awful. I'm running anybody else.
And we're going to have to vote for her because running against her is going to be like John James or shit. Like, we're going to have actual Hitler running against Alyssa Slotkin for Senate. Like that. Ridiculous.
John James, the losingest man in politics. Like, Shay with the $50 can't do 200, but here's a contribution. Every little bit helps. Genuinely, every little bit helps, guys.
That puts us about $100 away.
Thank you so much.
Just about somewhere in there.
Show up and vote. Still vote. You don't have to be happy about it.
Yeah,
but
still vote.
Still
it's just
exercise your civic duty. Thank you for the $2 and save the children. Exactly.
Holy moly.
Chip. 99.99. Let's make it an even 3K.
That's it.
I agree.
That's it. We got to 3K.
I'm very proud of the Hiddo community right now.
Yeah, you guys are crazy.
This is a genuine one where it's like if anyone ever questions me about the pod in my life, like you support terrorists, I can be like, I raised $3,000 for the children.
$3,000.
$3,000 for the children. What have you done?
Chip, you're a real one for that. And like we could honestly, if the next one actually happens in September, I think debated by ABC, we can make it happen again.
We can make it happen again.
Double it and give it to the next person.
Oh my goodness, $20, Catherine. Thank you so much. I condemn Hamas. I'm glad you said it.
If the ABC or NBC, whoever's doing it, if the next moderation team doesn't actually moderate,
thank you for the
what are we doing?
Green like money. Look at the hat.
Green like money.
It says it right on the hat where you could go to
with our new font.
Green like money.
It's a new branding suite. It's a new branding suite.
Come on, guys. And also, if payday strikes in a couple of days, you could go buy a magnet. All those proceeds also go to PCRF
for our first Palestinian prezi. Yeah, Rashida Tlaib one day. Actually, was she born? I think she was born here, or is she?
I'm not sure. Actually,
yeah, I don't know.
Hiddo Slays, thanks for the coverage. Thank you, Grace.
Thank God Rashida Tlaib's not in like a risky district.
They're showing my bingo card. I was drinking, so I may have missed stuff. Thanks, Rebecca Cole. We appreciate it.
Yeah, Hiddo community coming out. Maybe Hiddo community has dark money interests behind them.
Yeah,
the way you guys have been turning up.
Hold on a minute. I'm saying, where did all this come from? Where did all of this come from?
Big Palestine is influencing our elections.
That's good. That's good.
The pro-Palestine lobby is controlling our congressman.
You know what? I'm Hiddo won with regards to the fundraiser. But when it comes to the debate, I don't think anybody won.
No.
Keep it going on. Thank you, Cheese Donish. $5.
If you're watching,
was born in Detroit. Hell yeah.
Oh, really? Okay, so she could be president one day. U.S. born citizen.
Too bad Joe Biden's got her beat though. Like, too bad Joe Biden's going to be the first Palestinian president. Like,
Joe Biden walked so Rashida Tlaib could run.
Y'all should stream more. Y'all think so? For real?
Y'all gonna show up like this though?
Y'all gonna show up like this? Say we pull up on an Elden Ring string. Y'all showing up? Like, what's going on?
Yeah, man.
Motion to substitute Kamala Harris for Biden at the next debate. I feel like that'd go over way better.
If you want to donate to PCRF and also get an item, You can head over to headintheoffice.com.
Get a little magnet.
You can purchase a magnet, and all the proceeds of those sales also go to PCRF.
Emma 1 2 3 4. I'm getting a bigger paycheck this week, so $19.99.
And the magnets are like $6, so
yes.
It's not too much money. I hope.
Thank you, Heidi Selbeck.
Yeah, the black jobs thing.
The black jobs.
That thing was. Trump said immigrants are coming into the country and taking black jobs. That is like textbook pitting minorities against each other.
Yeah, I understand.
For your own personal goals.
I understand like what he was going for, but you can't do that.
No.
you can't do that.
There's also so many racist assumptions mixed up in there. First of all, we know like statistically it's untrue that immigration means that there's less jobs for Americans, right?
Exactly. Just stick with the regular racism.
Yeah. But now he's pitting minorities against each other. And the implication also is that black people work low-end jobs that immigrants are going to take from them.
Exactly.
Like, that's crazy. That's crazy.
Stella, for real? Hit an Elden Ring stream? Hold up. Each death you donate $1.
Yeah, don't tempt Gage. He's an Elden Ringer.
Yeah, don't tempt me. You
guys will watch him fight a boss for 3 hours.
I threw my body at the Divine Beast for 3 hours until I beat him. Oh my goodness. I regret saying I was excited for the debate to start earlier. Thank you, Landon, for that.
Yeah.
And the 14.
No, I was
Canadian.
also hyped for it based off 2020. I thought we'd get some bangers, but I'm kind of just sad now.
Jen here. Woo! $3K for PCRF. $5. Thank you.
That puts us at 3.1.
I'm going to take out student loans to donate to you for the Elden Ring stream. That's what I'm saying.
That's a respectable financial decision.
She's down. It's $10. What the hell? Some more moolah. That's what I'm saying, bro. Green like money. Throw it at us. Make number go up.
Make number go up.
Make number go up.
Yeah, you guys are goated. Even if you're donating CAD.
That's what I'm saying. Even if you're donating
Missed the debate because I was at work, but I'm happy to hang out with you boys now. Well, welcome.
Amazing.
Sorry you missed it. You can always watch the replay. The VOD will be on our YouTube channel as soon as the live ends. You'll be able to watch it.
Yeah, honestly, I'm not sorry you missed it.
Yeah, you didn't miss a whole lot.
You missed some moments. Not the kind of moments that are what candidates want out of these, but
yeah.
You missed some
you know, every time we do one of these lives, we're usually focused on like offering some kind of commentary.
Yeah.
And like, you know, checking the bingo card, checking social media, seeing what people are saying. So we're not entirely focused on literally every word coming out of their mouth. And it's always nice to go back and watch clips that other people find. And then I'll be like, how the hell did I miss that? You know what I mean? Like, there's probably some moments in there where I missed them saying something even crazier than Joe Biden's Palestinian.
God damn, man.
D&D stream fundraiser could.
That would go crazy.
If people are interested in that.
We do play D&D on stream every Monday.
Baja's here. Baja is our moderator, both in YouTube and on Discord.
Exactly.
Baja's the GOAT.
In Dungeons and Dragons.
Yeah. Our DM.
A wonderful, gracious DM.
Our glorious, beautiful, amazing DM.
Who's not going to have all the enemies target me on Monday.
Uh-huh. Who's going to let me roll with advantage on every attack roll on Monday.
Who's going to let me have all my persuasion checks go through because I'm using my silver tongue. You know what I'm saying? Miss Josie, yeah, honestly, you didn't miss much. Who fumbled the bag worse? Hey, it's got to be Biden just because old.
And what Abigail just put in the chat, if you would have told me before the debate that they were going to argue about golf scores, I would have been like, no, come on, that's crazy.
If you'd have told me in this very chat right now that Trump was going to call Joe Biden a Palestinian as an insult, I'd have banned you.
The worst glitch moment for Biden was when he said, I beat Medicare.
Yeah.
But that was like the worst one. And that one was pretty bad, but it wasn't like horrible, you know?
Yeah, you know, I feel like Biden's performance is genuinely a true representation of what it means to be mid.
Yeah.
He had good answers sometimes.
Biden was so much better in 2020, though.
Oh, my God, I know.
So much better. And that was only 4 years ago.
He was so much better 3 months ago at the State of the Union.
Yeah.
Mods asked Trump a question. Any question is response. Blame Biden's open border. That's so true.
Yeah. And like the fact that Trump can say back to like the moderation rant, the fact that Trump can just say like 20 million illegal immigrants have come in during Joe Biden's term is just crazy. It's not true. Like, no, there's no figure that will say 20 million immigrants have crossed the border and are now staying in the United States. That is nonsense.
Golly.
That's like 5% of the population.
Yeah.
It's just like, what are we talking about? 20 million?
And they're all on Social Security. Yeah. They are, guys. It's true.
It's like the welfare queen myth.
Have a
like,
great night, fish with a stick.
It's like, you know, Ronald Reagan came up with like the welfare queen to be derogatory towards black people. Yeah. It's like that, but times a million. That's crazy.
You know, maybe the State of the Union was a one-off. I thought they would have done everything in their power to make sure that Biden was awake for this debate.
Mm-hmm. Whatever concoction of substances they got to put together.
Exactly. Whatever wicked alchemy they have to fucking cook up in the pot behind stage. Like, they need to do it.
Mm-hmm.
They need to hire fucking Stevie Nicks or something for the next one. They need to get a white witch on scene.
I'm saying.
they need to enlist the Crystal Girlies. They need to get everybody that they can to do something for this guy. Because my, oh my.
Craziness.
I can't. I would. Man.
Well, is that where we end the stream?
I think that might be where we end the stream.
I can't think of anything else. Any other comments? I'm sure we'll watch back clips and prepare for the episode.
Yeah, we'll give our little summary.
We'll give our more formulated takes, but first reaction, bad all around. Some crazy old man moments.
Yeah, a retro vector. You really got it there. Good answers from Biden, but no charisma.
I definitely took like 20 psychic damage throughout the night.
Uh-huh.
I'm on my last leg.
Biden rolled everything with disadvantage.
Mm-hmm.
Golly, man. Yeah, he had good policy things. I think his answer when it came to what he's done for Black Americans was good. I think it's really good framing to say not deny that inflation is hitting people hard and that it could be hitting a minority group who has disadvantages harder.
Yeah.
And then to list off the ways that the policies you are submitting to help everyone will also help disadvantaged people even more.
Yeah, but
that's a great framing.
And it is. I just wish he would always link it back to, and Republicans won't let me do anything about the issue.
Yes.
Because Biden hasn't done a ton focused specifically on like racial economic inequality, but he could say that there are policies like the child tax credit, for example, that would have helped Black Americans because they're disproportionately worse off in this country economically. And then he could link it back to how Republicans wouldn't let him pass that policy back in 2022. But he doesn't do that. I don't know if he doesn't have the mental wherewithal to do it or if it's like a conscious choice or what is it, but whatever it is, but that would be so much better. Pin everything on Trump.
I think he doesn't have the mental wherewithal for it because he did that at the State of the Union. And I don't think it polled bad.
Yeah. Blame them. Yeah.
It polled very well, I thought.
Because
he did at the State of the Union. It was very popular.
He doesn't have to lie. You just got to post like the vote count. And you see, 200 some Republicans in the House voted against it.
I should have taken my mixed physique before this debate because this was a fight.
Yeah.
I swear Biden put the thing in the mixed physique that makes it explode. That's the one he took before the fight. Oh my goodness, man.
Yeah.
He put no stats in endurance. 13-12.
ACAB.
Free Palestine.
Yeah. Free Palestine. Yeah. That's my final thought for this live stream is free Palestine. Absolutely.
100%. Final thought. P.S. Incredibly proud of the way the community showed out tonight.
You guys are great.
Amazing.
We can't thank you enough.
I cannot.
And YouTube doesn't pay out for a while, but we'll post like the receipt and
I think
and make some noise about it once we finally can send all of this money to PCRF.
YouTube pays out on the 20th of the next month.
Yeah, it'll take some time,
yes.
But we'll get it done as soon as it comes from YouTube. We'll send it directly to PCRF.
We will absolutely post about it on all of our platforms. Probably post that shit on TikTok, Instagram, Twitter. We will blow it up, you know what I'm saying? But feel free to harass us until we do.
And this was all you guys.
Exactly.
It was all you guys.
We threw in a little bit.
Yeah, we put
was nothing compared to what you guys did.
We put $100 into the pot at the beginning, but you all raised $3,000 on your own for one live stream.
Insane, actually.
For a really tough watch during a presidential debate between two candidates that nobody actually wants to vote for, at least in this chat. That's crazy. You guys are incredible. You amaze me every day.
I can't believe this is the presidential election we've been waiting 3 years for. Oh my God, talking about it since we started the pod. Oh, it's about to be election year.
We're so excited. We're gonna get so many good moments.
It's gonna be great watching the debates. And
Joe Biden's almost a Palestinian. Anyways, thank you for coming out to the stream. Make sure to check out headintheoffice.com. Thank you for donating.
Exactly.
Join the Discord so you stay tuned in.
Christy Beck with the 3,200 even Hiddo Community Strong. Thank you guys so much. Thank you, Christy, for keeping track of the money as it's coming in.
Yeah.
As no small feat.
Thank you to our mods for coming out and suffering through the debate to make sure we didn't get anybody crazy in the chat. It was incredible.
It was incredible.
Everything about it was great except for the content that we watched.
Yes, absolutely. The thing that I thought was going to be pretty good ended up being bad, and the other things far exceeded my expectations.
And hey, maybe we'll be back here in like 3 months' time for the September debate.
Exactly.
And we can do it all over again. everything, every moment. Call Joe Biden a Palestinian.
They need to fucking get Eli Lilly. Call Eli Lilly fucking himself on the phone.
Yeah.
And have him formulate some drugs, man. I don't know what's going on. And chat was well behaved too.
Yes, join the Discord. Link is in the description of this live stream right now.
It's a cool place.
Link is in the chat.
Exactly. You can go there and we can continue the conversation.
Yeah.
I'll be driving home though.
Yeah, I'll be texting and driving.
Exactly.
I'll be one hand on the wheel, one hand like this.
One hand on I'll have the phone just like up so that I can still see the road just behind it though, so it's safe.
I need a distraction if I'm going to pay attention anyway.
Exactly. My blood pressure going crazy after this. Frankly, I'm going through Elden Ring withdrawals. I'm sitting here fucking digging my nails into my seat, man. I can't.
All right. Thanks for watching, everybody.
Have a great night.
We will see you next time.
My, what a fantastic turnout.